just remind myself that, I loved them while they were here. I at least know that I have their paw prints. I know that those are their paw prints. So there were people that were concerned that they didn't have even their own pets' imprints, and so I'm fortunate enough to know that I have mine.
Sure.
But I try and move forward. I've tried to educate myself. I do have other pets, so that unfortunately when that time comes, I know what to look for. I know the questions to ask now. But just trying to be a support for others in the community, and just, try to remind myself that while their ending may not have been what I've wanted, I know that they're not in pain. I know that I was with them there at the end.
It's amazing and it's beautiful, and I thank you, and I'm grateful for your having the courage to tell this story. Thank you, my dear. Mike, thanks, brother. Appreciate the honesty, man. Hug your wife for us, please.
All right, I will. Thank you.
Wonderful people.
Thank you.
It's hateful stuff, man. I mean, it's hateful stuff. You try and understand as you get further on in your years and further into this business, and you just can't wrap your arms around it. The darkness of this. Right, Chris? Go ahead, Chris.
Hi, Marty. We just got an email this morning from the Attorney General that our dog was confirmed as one of the dogs that were dumped.
Oh, Jesus.
Hold on a second. Anyway, my wife opened up the box, and it's play sand. But we want somebody to try to investigate. Trust me, it looks like sand for Bermuda, for Christ's sake. I don't mean just cuss like that, but it's very upsetting, and she's having a real hard time with it. My question is, I'd like to know where the dog was put. I guess we're going to be away when his hearing is.
It's a great point. The next hearing is Friday, and we're going to find out here.
Well, they canceled this Friday.
They canceled Friday. Already. Yeah.
They postponed it to, I believe it's June 18th, and we're going to be away.
Oh, wow. And so you got an email. What's the email say?
It says that you are one of so many dogs who were confirmed. They must have got a hold of his records or something. I guess that's what the Attorney General will do. And like the previous one, we opened up the box. Like I said, it's yellow sand.
Oh, Jesus.
And it's grainy, and there's no certificate. And poor Ringo had Cushing's, and he was 12 pounds when he passed away. And the paw print looks like it would fit a German Shepherd. So that's bogus, too. Just, I don't know. It feels bad to talk about, but good to talk about.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. We love them. They're like family to us.
Yeah, because actually Rosemary was interviewed by Megan Schiller on TV last week. Yeah. And it's what that woman did to her also, in the parking lot. Just, they're not good people. They were thrown out of 2 other barns also. I don't know if you care to hear about this because...
let me put you on hold. Grab his number so I can call him, please. Margot, the owner's wife was giving Megan Schiller with KDKA the finger. That's how compassionate the owner of this place was. From the PJ Fitzpatrick. Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, thanks, Marty. As we look out over the area roads, delays are pretty minimal in spots. Very quickly here, the Parkway West inbound is backing right around the runaway truck sand pile before the inbound Fort Pitt Tunnel heading outbound. A little bit of sluggish traffic up over the top of Green Tree Hill, but otherwise it's a great ride out toward the airport right now. Parkway East inbound just has some minor delays between the Edgewood-Swissvale interchange and the Squirrel Hill tunnels. Outbound, just a tiny bit of a slowdown past the Squirrel Hill Homestead interchange. 28's rolling well. A reminder, through Friday this week, you'll find shoulder restrictions on the off-ramps on 28's Millvale interchange. The work will happen 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. each day. It's part of the Route 28 Wrong Way Detection Project installation. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Progressive knows road trips without your pet can be tough.
Hi, this is Next Stop Dog Boarding.
Hi, it's Scott again. How's Squeaks doing? You can tell if he's stressed by his eyebrows. Oh, and his breathing should sound like this.
Scott, Squeaks is exactly the same as last time you called.
Okay, let's talk in 20 to see if anything's changed.
With Progressive, your pet is covered up to $1,000 in vet bills in case of a car accident. So next time, you can take your pet with you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and subject to policy terms.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I love Diamonds Direct. You know it, right? Mother's Day's coming up. Come on. Flowers fade, jewelry doesn't. They do amazing stuff at Diamonds Direct. They'll design it for you. Come on. Diamond studs, pendants, you name it. From $500 necklaces to $500,000 diamonds. And check this out. Book an appointment now. Get $100 off your purchase. Diamonds Direct. It's right behind the Ross, right there at the Ross Park Mall, right behind it on McKnight Road. Check it out. Diamonds Direct.
Lacina Drapery and Blind Factory, the area's best and most trusted name in custom draperies, blind shade, shutters, and more. Huge selections. Dorm 1 and Wexford showrooms. Convenient shop-at-home service. Call 412-665-4900 or go to lacinadrapery.com.
It's that time of year again. Be Greek for a week at the St. Nicholas Greek Orthodox Cathedral Greek Food Festival in Oakland. Now through Saturday, all of your favorite Greek foods and desserts. Outdoor patio grill is fired up too. Dine in or take out. Opa.
Tootie Mechanical Systems, Pittsburgh's HVAC, plumbing, and electric leaders, is a family business that I truly admire. Tootie culture is built on ethics, service, and making a difference in our community. Tootie Mechanical Systems, they're the people you want working in your home.
Vote Julie Capone for judge of the Allegheny County Court of Common Pleas. Julie has spent decades protecting our seniors who've been victimized by fraud, theft, physical abuse. She pioneered home visits to seniors to get them through the trauma. It's no wonder Julie Capone is highly recommended by the Allegheny County Bar Association, endorsed by the Allegheny County Democratic Committee, the Allegheny Labor Council, numerous unions, and political and community leaders. Vote Julie Capone for judge of the Allegheny County Court of Common Pleas.
This is Julie Capone. I'd be honored to have your vote on May 20th.
Paid for by friends of Julie Capone.
UPMC, life-changing, life-saving medicine. I live it.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
We haven't had a caller on this show to discuss this horrifying event that hasn't cried. Grown men, man. And I get it. My boy Ian, one of my friends and one of the best, probably the best photojournalist in America, he was at the hearing, and he's involved in this story with Megan Schiller with KD. The owner's wife also tried to hit Megan and Brian Orr with her car. My gosh. Wow. She jumped the curb. Wow. Forcing them to leap out of the way. They weren't hurt, but filed a police report. This is the wife, the owner of this funeral home and pet crematory. This villainous. That woman gave Megan the finger in court, as if Megan was to blame. One of America's best lawyers and a friend, Robert Pierce of Rob Pierce & Associates, has taken up this case because he gives a damn. Rob, I've been at this a while, as you have, brother. I have not seen this many upset people in a long time, sir. Have you?
You know, since Marty, you and I spoke on Friday, I'll bet you there have been close to 800-900 people that have emailed our law firms since that period of time. What happened here has affected thousands of people, thousands of families, and pets are important members of the family, and people are rightly emotional about it because what happened to their pet was flat out wrong and criminal in nature.
What I like about what you said, brother, is you're a smart man. You know this guy probably doesn't have a lot of cash, but you said you got to do more. This has to be more than about money, does it not, sir?
It's absolutely more about that. You know, we're at a phase in this country where I don't want to say we're always divided, but we should certainly respect living things. And all these families tried to do was to properly cremate, in some cases also bury, a pet. They tried to do the right thing. They paid for services to do the right thing, and they were taken advantage of. And candidly, this owner played on their emotions, took their money, and literally dumped or let the animals rot away. And that's just not right. And we're trying to really find out what happened to these animals, but also try to make these families whole and at least close this forum with some satisfaction. If we can do that, I'd be honored to do so.
Hey, Rob, you've been a warrior for seniors in nursing homes and hospitals and exposed neglect and abuse and, quite frankly, a serial killing nurse. How the hell, my man, and I know this is tough to answer, how do we trust anyone, sir? How?
It's difficult. What I've recommended is rather than look at the world and loved ones in these places without any trust yourself. Do your due diligence. Look into things. You can just not blindly accept what you're being told is accurate. So ask a few questions, prepare yourself, and prepare your family members. And that's really the only advice I can give.
Rob Pierce from Robert Pierce & Associates. My man, to that end, I don't know if you've been listening, but most of these folks never even opened the box with the remains. They didn't open until they found out they got hosed. It's awful. Awful.
Why would they suspect otherwise?
That's right.
I mean,
That's right.
Who in their right mind would expect when you pay good money for a service like this that you're basically being not just ripped off, it's just a disregard for a living creature. And it's wrong.
Hey, Rob, what happens next in the process that you've started toward?
So we have filed a class action where we're going to ask the courts to certify the class, which basically means all the people involved are put together in one boat. And in turn, we are going to look into the assets of the various defendants that we've named to see if we can put those assets into one boat. And then in turn, compensate the people, if we're successful, for what they paid and get them some money back. But as I said earlier, more importantly, get every bit of record, every documentation, try to identify what happened to these animals, and to the extent we can, notify the victims as to the status and what we know.
Robert Pierce & Associates. Folks, if you had a pet with these animals, please reach out to Rob Pierce & Associates. Thanks, Rob. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
Immeasurable pain. I've been at this a while. We have not had one caller, one victim that isn't just blown away, ripped to shreds. Horrible.
Marvelous May savings at Coons Market. Isn't that right, Frank Dentisi?
Right, Rob. Save with your Coons Reward Card. Boneless pork loin chops or roast, buy one, get one free. Red ripe strawberries, 1 pound package, 2 for $5. And selected varieties of Nabisco Chips Ahoy cookies, 9.5 to 13 ounce package, $2.48 each. Additional savings in our meat department. 85% lean fresh ground round, $5.69 a pound. And USDA Choice Petite Sirloin Steak, $7.99 a pound. In our produce department, whole seedless watermelons, $5.99 each. And fresh southern sweet corn, $3.99 a dozen. In our deli department, Coons deep fried turkey breast, $9.99 a pound. In our bakery, assorted fruit-filled mini Danish, 10-count package, $5 each. And this week, selected varieties of Turkey Hill iced tea, 64-ounce jugs, 2 for $4.
So get in on all the incredible savings for the month of May, underway at Coons Market. That's Coons Market, a special place in your neighborhood. Coons Market, a Pittsburgh tradition.
At California Psychics, we know that when you haven't found love, it feels like everyone else has. Every movie has a love interest. Every song is a love song. Where are all the songs about cats? Or the joy of early bedtimes? And of course, the PDA. Looking for love sucks. Thankfully, California Psychics can give you the guidance you need to help you find the one. We connect you with the very best. In fact, 98% of the psychics who apply to work with us don't make the grade. That's why we can guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. Download the app or connect with us at CaliforniaPsychics.com. Right now, new customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. So you could be feeling all lovey-dovey real soon. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 59 and mostly cloudy at 11:30.
CBS News special report. 133 cardinal electors have processed into the Sistine Chapel to choose a successor to the charismatic but doctrinally divisive Pope Francis. CBS Evening News co-anchor Maurice Dubois was with worshippers watching the procession from outside in St. Peter's Square.
Thousands, hundreds of thousands of people are out here as well. It's kind of a contrast. You're looking at the cardinals. Everyone here is watching the monitors as the cardinals go into the Sistine Chapel. They've got their game faces on. This is a solemn, serious moment. You can feel the weight of it as you look at their faces.
Which one of those cardinals will walk out of the conclave a pope? Here's Thomas Reese, papal biographer and Jesuit priest.
Well, the bookies are all saying Cardinal Parolin, who's the Secretary of State. He's the number 2 guy in the Vatican under the Pope. He would be a vote for continuity, but he's a very different personality. He's a diplomat. He's not charismatic at all.
Voting begins about an hour from now. CBS News special report. I'm Vicki Barker.
And I'm Paul Rasmussen. George Pickens is departing Pittsburgh for Dallas in a trade for draft picks. The Cowboys receive Pickens and a 2027 sixth-round pick. The Steelers get a 2026 third-round selection and a 2027 fifth-rounder. Pittsburgh now has 12 picks in next year's NFL draft. Post-Gazette sports writer Brian Batko talked about that on the Big K Morning Show.
Yeah, I do think they're loading up somewhat, and they're really just acquiring assets. And I think that's kind of the analytical-minded GM that Omar Khan sort of promised to be, or a lot of people expected.
The Steelers acquired star wide receiver DK Metcalf in a trade with Seattle earlier in the offseason, leading to the speculation Pickens would be traded. Right now on Wall Street, the Dow is up 206 points at 41,035. The NASDAQ is down 75 points, the S&P up about 2. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:32. Our next update at noon on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Hi, it's Brian Quaranta, host of On the Money, every Saturday morning, 8 to 9 a.m. on KDKA Radio. Retirement planning doesn't have to be stressful. Each week on our radio show, On the Money, I'll guide you through topics like building retirement income plan, minimizing taxes, and protecting your hard-earned savings. Join me this Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. on KDKA Radio. Let's make your retirement plan as simple and stress-free as possible. That's On the Money, where retirement planning meets peace of mind.
Aw, Mother's Day's coming up. Cover yours, honey. Oakmont Bakery is the hookup. Flowers for mom cakes. Aw. Chocolate dipped strawberries. Aw. The sweetheart assortment of chocolate and pastries. Aw. And, of course, you got the Oakmont Bakery gift card, insane coffee house, amazing lunches and sandwiches, and heart-shaped cakes. Mother's Day, Oakmont Bakery. Delicious.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Get 50% off your windows. That's half off. Plus, no interest, no payments, 12 months, and a free entry door with your windows purchase. 412-545-6003. Check it out now.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Find mom's best gift at Target. Now through Mother's Day, get up to 40% off gifts for her. Discover trendy apparel and swimwear that'll elevate any wardrobe. Jewelry that'll make her smile shine brighter, and even chocolate that'll turn any moment into something sweeter. There are endless options to choose from to show her she's the best. Hurry! Save 20 to 40% on select apparel, jewelry, chocolates, and more this Mother's Day only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So, what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Hey, folks, Marty here. Just talked to my boy JK, the king of Oakmont restaurants. The Lot. Have you tried it? Best breakfast you'll ever have. Carnivores. Unbelievable wings. The Pub. Whoo! The hamburgers. And how about Hofstadt's? The Italian is magnificent. So you got The Lot, Carnivores, The Pub, Hofstadt's. Every single one, the highest quality, the best food. Check them all out in Oakmont. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, thanks, Marty. So, of course, everyone has been dealing with the lane restrictions and the crossover on McKnight Road in Ross Township as you try to access the Parkway North I-279. This, of course, the ongoing construction project near the Babcock Boulevard interchange and the bridge that carries McKnight over Babcock. We've received a notice from PennDOT District 11 this morning announcing that on-ramp to southbound McKnight Road as part of all of that project is now no longer accessible for truck traffic. So they're making a little bit of a change as to what kind of traffic can pass through this construction zone. And it's due to that current northbound crossover. Truck traffic is no longer permitted to utilize the ramp from Babcock to southbound McKnight Road. And there is a posted detour. That restriction will be in place through early July. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
For the rest of today, intervals of clouds and sunshine and turning warmer, high 71. Partly to mostly cloudy tonight, though 51. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with a shower or two around, mainly in the afternoon, the high 68. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Still, walk behind, zero turn, and stand on mowers are built to get the job done. Shop online or at your local Steel dealer. Steel, let's go mow.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Wednesday, on a little late after the Pirates, but don't fret. We will give away AC/DC tickets. Sure will. I'll talk to you after the Bucks. Colin Dunlap right here, KDK.
They're streaming that Pope thing on the networks live. Wow. We got Catholics here, but I'm not sure that's great television to watch. They all signed some big book, and then they give up their cell phones. And then they pick a new pope. I'm not trying to be a cynic or a jerk or a goof. Most people don't care in America. Like 3% of the population, maybe 2%, maybe 1%. When I was younger, we cared a lot. It was a big deal. The Pope was massive. I was taught, and I'm certain you were too if you're Catholic and you're my age, in your 60s, I was taught that the Pope, man, he in essence has this chair where he kind of talks to God. I'm not trying to be cynical or sarcastic or dismissive. The Pope was the man, and the Cardinals were right there. Doesn't have that vibe in America right now. Just doesn't. What is also weird, and I think that's the proper word, is these damn bookies. Under the guise of you can bet on anything, and I guess you can, there are odds makers putting betting odds on who the next pope is going to be. Very strange. Along those lines, though, I did text my boy Ticket Nick, who's the ultimate ticket broker in the world. Can get tickets to anything. to see if there are tickets to the conclave, front row. And if there are, what's the cost? You know how I know my kids could never participate in the conclave? They take away their cell phones. There's no way in hell. American kids, not one of them, not one, would never give up their phone, ever. My girl Angela, who I love to death, she's in her 80s, she cares. I want an Italian pope who's not liberal. By the way, that is the conjecture of most people polled, quite frankly. They want a more conservative pope. There is zero chance. I heard I swear they had bookies on the networks this morning, which is ignorant in my world, taking silly bets. I think it's fascinating they still do it. If this process is as boring as that damn movie, I would want nothing to do with it. The other thing that's fascinating, there's a front page story this morning about the Pope and the church and their finances. Man, they're in trouble financially. Massive debt. And the irony of the piece on the Wall Street Journal, if you get a chance to read it, is that they have billions and billions of dollars in priceless art. Da Vinci, Michelangelo. They have thousands of priceless books, and they won't sell any of them to cover their debt. According to the Wall Street Journal, the church is so broke that they really cannot afford the insurance to cover the liability, the art and the artifacts and the priceless antiquities, love that word, that they own. On a personal note, I'm a wayward Catholic. They were given too much power, and they took advantage of it and hurt a lot of people. As a result, I checked out and find this process to be about as silly as the coronation of a king. However, to more than 1 billion Catholics around the world, it's relevant. Good for them. My man Jake the Snake, jump in here.
And it's a volunteer club. If you want to be in, you can be in. If you want to be out, you can be out.
Right on.
Right?
Right on.
But pointing out well, what you said, and it's not just a Catholic thing. Before I was born, late 60s, before I was born, Jed Clampett's on the TV, Gomer Pyle's on the TV, and Bishop Fulton J. Sheen. Bishop Fulton J. Sheen has the number 2 rated television show in America, only behind Milton Berle.
Is that true?
The other guys.
Is that true?
That's 100% true.
When's this, Jake? When is this?
That's mid-late 60s.
Wow.
Archbishop
I believe you.
Fulton J. Sheen.
I believe you.
And the other names that we know from those times are biblical names, right? Who knows? Why is he Uncle Jed? Where's Jed come from? Oh, it comes from the Bible. Gomer Pyle. Where's Gomer come from? The Bible. We were so more driven by faith than we are now. So it's not just I'm not saying that you're saying that that's what you were saying, but we were just so much more connected to our faith, whatever they might have been.
It's absolutely true, Jake. I love Jake. He's right. I find it fascinating how much faith people have lost, and it's disheartening, quite frankly. When we come back, I want to talk about what happened downtown. By the way, I'm not disrespecting Catholics. God bless you if you have your faith. We have an amazing priest at St. John Capistrano in Upper St. Clair. Amazing. I love to go when I go and hear him, his wisdom, his spiritual message. The guy gets it. So I'm not disrespecting Catholics, but the pomp and circumstance of this comes right up there with me on a personal level as the coronation of a king. It's a bit silly to me. But that's me, and I'm the ignorant one. When we come back, got to talk about this incident on a bus downtown. Got to talk about it.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, thanks. We have the PennDOT cameras looking out over Route 28 and on the northbound side. If this is part of your trek out and about right now, I want to let you know there is heavy traffic from where the Veterans Bridge ramps and the I-279 ramps cross over 28 all the way out almost to the 31st Street Bridge. We do not have reports of an accident or a disabled vehicle there. And where we are able to see, we can just see the backed up traffic. So do leave extra time as you are traveling there. Parkway West inbound is sluggish for you right around the top of Green Tree Hill as you head toward the Fort Pitt tunnels. The Parkway East inbound has slowdowns between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the Squirrel Hill tunnels on the inbound ride, and then outbound a little bit of slow traffic past the Squirrel Hill Homestead interchange. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
So why will your kitchen from Petite be different?
You know, Barry, people get the help they need to visualize the kitchen of their dreams.
What kind of help?
Design help, interior design help, and Petite eliminates the nightmare of remodeling for a surprisingly great price.
That's right. No more worries about how, when, or what happens if something goes wrong.
Our installation department eliminates the worries and makes sure the project goes smooth as silk.
It really is from custom creation to expert installation. You get the kitchen of your dreams without the worry.
That's it. A quality new kitchen with some features that you won't find anywhere else and the expertise to make it happen.
Call Petite Kitchen and Bath Design Center today at 412-279-2222.
That's 412-279-2222.
Haven't you waited long enough?
PA 625.
Hey folks, Marty here. My man Carlos from Greater Pitt Tree Service. Unbelievable, 32 years experience. A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. Senior discounts, military discounts, specializing in large and confined area removals. Training to work near power lines. Amazing. 412-884-TREE. 412-884-TREE. It's the absolute best tree service ever. Greater Pitt Tree Service.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. An important message about your timeshare from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. Contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about timeshare cancellation.
Call 800-408-4040. That's 800-408-4040.
Come in and try the Good Feet feeling today. Comfort, energy, performance, and pain relief at the Good Feet store. Visit us in Robinson Town Center, in Cranberry Township, and now open in Morgantown.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Pirates baseball today on the station that invented baseball on the radio.
Hayes dives, has it from his knees to second one. Relay, two, double play. It's hard to left field. Going back is Pache. It's a cruise missile. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
The Bucks face the Cards at 12:20 with a North Shore Tavern leadoff show presented by Keystone Custom Apparel on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Hey folks, NASCO Roofing, the region's roofing leader, continues to exceed customer expectations. Carol from Pittsburgh praised NASCO Roofing for their quality workmanship and the timely manner NASCO completed her new roof. She loved how friendly and easy NASCO Roofing was to work with. NASCO has satisfied thousands like Carol. Get NASCO on your roof next. Call NASCO Roofing, 412-373-2000, 412-373-2000. Most jobs done in a day. Special financing available. NASCO Roofing, NASCO.
A fire at can change everything in seconds, but Service Master of Greater Pittsburgh is ready 24/7 to help restore what matters most. From smoke damage to full rebuilds, their experts are trained, trusted, and ready to work with your insurance. Fire damage? Demand the yellow van and get back to normal faster.
Demand the yellow van. Call Service Master.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-355-8282. That's 800-355-8282. Again, that's 800-355-8282.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times, I'm managing editor Mike Larson. The Regional Industrial Development Corporation of Southwestern Pennsylvania will receive $6.98 million from the Shapiro administration's new PA Sites grants to refashion the former Alcoa manufacturing buildings in New Kensington. The grant was one of 11 projects totaling $64 million announced Tuesday afternoon by Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, who has made site development and shovel-ready projects among the top priorities of his economic development strategy. It's the first round of the PA Sites grants. Also, Lovelace AI, the stealth AI startup founded by former Google Cloud AI General Manager Andrew Moore, announced it had closed a seed round backed by RRE Ventures. The seed round comes exactly 1 year after it was announced that the company had taken up office space in Bakery Square as part of the AI Avenue real estate initiative. The company has kept relatively quiet on its development, beyond noting that it's working on technology that could be used in both defense applications and for disaster relief. In a release accompanying Tuesday's announcement, the company stated that it's pioneering real-time data fusion. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to pittsburghbusinesstimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Video posted from yesterday on Wood Street. Very disturbing, very unsettling. Shot, quite frankly, by an activist that I know who must have been on this Port Authority bus, pointed out to me by Mad Max, adding to our concerns about a very dangerous, volatile environment downtown that persists and seriously sketchy sometimes on buses. Max, very unsettling, the video, is it not, sir?
Very unsettling. The person in question that you're talking about that was filmed in the video was getting on the bus with his pants down around his ankles, coming after a female. He said, yo, come here, B-word. And then he made some sexual reference or something to her, which you can hear in the video if you listen. And then he started saying some other stuff, which I can't repeat. But, yeah, very, very unsettling. And the bus driver said, hey, you want me to call the police? Like, I don't even know why that's – I would imagine, or I would hope, that on the port buses, the PRT buses, they have a panic button that they can just hit, and it flashes lights outside to get the attention of, the Port Authority or the Pittsburgh police if there's something going on in the bus. They shouldn't have to, pick up their cell phone and dial 911. There should be some type of alert system. I would hope that's the case. I know they have that in other places for cabs and stuff, but yeah, very unsettling if you're a passenger on that bus and this guy gets on and he's screaming, clearly under the influence of drugs, terrifying the young lady that he was chasing after.
With his pants down.
With his pants down.
High as a kite and or mentally ill at the same time.
And, as appropriate as I can be about it, my man looked like he was sporting some wood underneath his tracksuit. So I mean, did we witness a potential rapist chasing after a potential victim? I don't know, but
horrifyingly scary. Horrifyingly, the danger downtown persists, does it not, sir?
it does, and it's hopefully somebody will do something. Maybe Corey gets in, he can turn this around and change things, or if another candidate from the Republican Party gets in and
that's not
does something. But it needs to change, Marty. We can't keep going down the same path.
To the point where it's kind of hit you personally. Let's be honest. Your wife doesn't want you working downtown anymore because of this sort of thing. Is that accurate, sir?
That would be accurate. Yeah, for years, she's mentioned, she's does not comfortable with me being down here, but I happen to enjoy where I work, and I hope to make a difference down here, but it's like my mom says, it's like shoveling crap against the tide.
And you also carry a gun.
Well, there's that, but I don't want to be put into a position where I'm forced to make that awful decision. Nobody does. So, I try to just keep my wits about me and avoid, potential bad situations, and just go to work, walk between the garage and work, and, don't linger.
No, this is scary as hell. Do you know if he was arrested or subdued or anything, sir? Because I can't find out.
I don't. And I put it out to some of my boys that I know in Zone 2 and asked, hey, any of you guys know this guy? But definitely somebody that's a person, I would say, of interest that needs to be picked up and talked to, because you can't be chasing young ladies on the bus with your pants down around your ankles, and that's just not acceptable on any level.
Max, thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You got it. Yep.
I don't know what to say about it. That would scare the hell out of me. He's a big guy. He's a young guy. The bus driver is kind of protected behind that plexiglass they have. But this is almost daily downtown. And everything we're promised has not been delivered upon, because this just happened yesterday. And it's the same old every damn day. We need change. And it's not getting better. And it's not fair to folks. And if that guy needs help, he was not getting it. That's for damn sure.
The KDKA mobile news fleet is driven by Jim Shorkey Kia, North Huntington and Wexford. JimShorkeyKia.com.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Hey folks, Marty here. My friend Robert Levin and his entire Levin Furniture and Mattress Store team are continuing Levin's early Memorial Day sale with these amazing deals. Save up to 50% off outdoor and new arrivals. Take not 15, not 20, but 25% off the entire store. Leave your wallet at home. Make no down payments and get 5 years special financing on qualifying purchases of $24.99 or more. 25% store-wide, folks, at all Levin's furniture stores.
If you or someone you love is blind or vision impaired, discover what's possible at Visibility. Hi, this is Larry Richard. For over 100 years, Visibility has empowered individuals through innovative training, support, and life-changing programs. From low vision rehab and assistive tech to daily living skills and employment services. Because losing vision doesn't mean losing hope or dreams. Be inspired. Visit visibility.org today. Visibility.org.
At University of Maryland Global Campus, we give our students credit where credit is due. Credit for deciding in the middle of rush hour traffic to go back and get their bachelor's and a promotion. Credit for managing 3 kids, 2 dogs, and a full-time job to pursue an MBA. And credit for serving in the military by day so they can study cybersecurity at night. For over 75 years, we've been helping students receive the credit they deserve. With more than 135 degrees and certificates, students at UMGC can use prior learning or relevant experience to earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's, and graduate students can transfer up to 12 credits toward their master's. At UMGC, you'll find everything from online to hybrid courses and lifetime career services to scholarship opportunities, making your education journey flexible, fast, and affordable. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start May 14th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 62 and overcast at 12 o'clock.
The 133 cardinal electors taking the oath of secrecy inside the Sistine Chapel as they prepare to vote on who will be the next spiritual leader of the world's 1.4 billion Catholics. Outside in St. Peter's Square, some of those Catholics are watching and praying and hoping.
I would like to see a more progressive pope.
I personally would like to have somebody who is more conservative, just going back to more of the biblical truths, rather than someone who's more progressive.
I'd prefer someone a little moderate. Whoever is here is going to be good, and as Catholics, we're supposed to follow him and to trust that and to pray for him.
And inside the Sistine Chapel,
they will be locked in there, cut off from TV, internet, cell phones, magazines, newspapers. The only thing that's supposed to influence their decision-making is the Holy Spirit.
CBS News Special Report, I'm Vicki Barker.
And I'm Paul Rasmussen. The Steelers are trading volatile wide receiver George Pickens to the Cowboys. Pittsburgh is sending Pickens and a sixth-round selection next year to Dallas in exchange for a 2026 third-rounder and a 2027 fifth-round pick. Brian Batko is the Steelers beat writer for the Post-Gazette.
Now the Steelers can sort of rid themselves of one potential drama subplot and, obviously keep an eye on the future.
Pickens became expendable when the Steelers traded for two-time Pro Bowler DK Metcalf. It's been over a week since devastating storms ripped through the Pittsburgh area, and a few thousand Duquesne Light customers are still dealing with power outages. State Representative Mandy Steele represents the Allegheny River, the 33rd District, and is also acting chair of the House Energy Committee. Steele says the committee will ask representatives from utility companies, customers without power for as much as a week, and energy experts to hearings in Harrisburg.
To testify in front of the House of Representatives so that we can examine what went wrong, where there is room for improvement.
She says the goal is to be ready for the next storm so power is restored faster. Allegheny Health Network is rescheduling appointments at its Orthopedic Institute office on Route 19 in Cranberry Township. That is because a van crashed into the building Tuesday afternoon, shattering the front entrance. 6 people suffered minor injuries, and that office is expected to reopen later this week. Also in Cranberry, a woman is accused of stabbing another woman in the arm with a blade from a Ninja blender. Police say the victim was cut by the blade after getting into an argument with Shaylee Agrate. She was transported to Allegheny General for treatment of an arterial bleed. Agrate told police she was trying to defend herself after the victim threatened her. Agrate is being held in the Butler County Prison on $25,000 bond. On Wall Street, the Dow is ahead 262 points at 41,094. The Nasdaq is down 45 points. The S&P is up 10. KDKA Sports, the Bucks and Cardinals are finishing a 3-game series this afternoon, and you can listen to the game on KDKA Radio starting at 12:20. Mitch Keller starts for Pittsburgh. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. 45 years of experience and thousands of 5-star reviews. TrustPJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 12:03. Time to call Goldberg, Persky, and White Attorneys at Law. 1-800-266-7539. Or visit gpwlaw.com. 62 and overcast in Pittsburgh with the AccuWeather forecast coming up.
The biggest reason Metropolitan Window Company has been in business since 1978 is our huge list of satisfied customers.
John, Maggie, and Justin Schmutzer here from Metropolitan Window Company, Pittsburgh's locally owned and family-operated window and door company for over 47 years.
When you choose Metropolitan Window Company, you're getting expertise and attention to detail from a trusted business that puts your needs first.
You're also getting our exclusive Infinity from Marvin 100% fiberglass windows that are built for life.
The most important part of a window is the framing. Fiberglass frames won't lose their dimensional integrity. They're the strongest, longest-lasting window you can buy.
And right now, you can save 30% and get 18-month no-interest financing on every window and door product we offer.
Stop by one of our showrooms, visit us at metropolitanwindows.com, or give us a call at 412-655-8411.
PA 1565.
Lunch was great. Lawrenceville is such a fun spot.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
Tootie Mechanical Systems, Pittsburgh's HVAC, plumbing, and electric leaders, is a family business that I truly admire. Tootie culture is built on ethics, service, and making a difference in our community. Tootie Mechanical Systems, they're the people you want working in your home.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
For the rest of today, intervals of clouds and sunshine and turning warmer, high 71. Partly to mostly cloudy tonight, though 51. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with a shower or two around, mainly in the afternoon, the high 68. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's that time of year again. Be Greek for a week at the St. Nicholas Greek Orthodox Cathedral Greek Food Festival in Oakland. Now through Saturday, all of your favorite Greek foods and desserts. Outdoor patio grill is fired up too. Dine in or take out. Opa!
At Penn West University, we're making college make sense again for people who maybe thought college wasn't the answer. We're making college practical with programs tied to in-demand jobs that prepare you for success right away. We're making college accessible by breaking down barriers and offering more choices. We're making college approachable with faculty who understand where you're coming from and help you get where you're going. At Penn West, we're making college valuable again for people just like you. Learn more at pennwest.edu.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
By the way, I got the Pirates coming up next. Man, bad time for sports fans in Pittsburgh. Wow. Steelers, Pirates, Penguins. Wow. Pitt. Wow. Meantime, I saw my boy Andy Sheehan yesterday at 6. And I was having deja vu all over again. I was telling my wife, Sheehan did this great piece on how beat up city vehicles are. And I promise you, I've been telling this story just like he has for at least 20 years. And I mean it. I go back to Murphy, O'Connor, Ravenstall, Peduto, and 800 public works directors. And, man, I had to grab them this morning. Because if you live in the city, you deserve better. Good morning, Andy. How are you, sir?
Hey, Marty. How's it going?
Your reporting's amazing, as always. But there's a certain redundancy to this same issue, and it never seems to get addressed, does it, sir?
No, it's been going on for decades. It's it's a big ticket item. You don't get any sort of political juice from funding the fleet. But it's something that needs to be done. But it's continually underfunded. And now, though it's been going on for a long, long time, right now, it's never been more critical and never been worse. The stories that we're getting, there was this public hearing yesterday with all the chiefs from emergency services, public safety, And, ambulances,
Yes, sir.
they're 4 or 5 advanced life support ambulances are in the garage at any given time. They're using these spare ambulances. They're having trouble with them. The fire fleet, pumpers and aerials that are 15, 19 years old, and they're pressed into service. And even if you order them now, it takes like 2, 3, 4 years even to get them. So, but unfortunately, the city, the public safety director yesterday said for public safety vehicles alone, they should budget $10 to $15 million. Well, the city has budgeted $6 million for the entire fleet, not just public safety. And, the 5-year projections under the money we think we're going to be taking in over the next 5 years will be $3 million or less than $3 million a year for each of the next 5 years. So not being addressed at all.
Why your story is so poignant is what you just said. There is no end in sight and no hope for new revenue, is there, sir? None.
Very little. I mean, we're not building a lot in the city. We're not gaining a lot of people. We're not generating jobs, and we don't have an agreement with the nonprofits to make payments in lieu of taxes. So no, the projections are bad. The assessed value of the buildings downtown continue to drop. That's 25% of the tax base in the city. And that's been cut in half. So no, we're going into a very, very lean time. Question is, if you have limited money, and this is what council people were saying yesterday. This is the most pressing concern. Teresa Cale Smith said, public safety is the most important thing we do. And if you can't have reliable vehicles to get people to fires, to get people to cardiac arrests, to get people to, shootings, then, you better sort of rearrange your priorities.
Oh, man, no one knows this better than you, and no one tells it better than you. So you tell me, is that fair or is that hyperbole? Are we really jeopardizing lives here from what you're hearing?
Well, okay, so they've had, they were asked, so we reported on that ambulance, they were in a spare ambulance going to a cardiac arrest. They had an engine light coming on. It had dripped out coolant. There was no coolant in the engine. So, they did get to the scene. They did administer to the guy. They had to call up they call a backup. And, it's not, they're not reliable,
No,
the assistant fire chief said, we've had pumpers that have broken down on the scene, not yet, responding to the scene. So, it's just, look, if you have people that are in emergency response, they need reliable vehicles.
My man, they took direct shots at Gainey, in essence saying, less affordable housing and community engagement programs. Is that fair?
I think it's fair. I mean, you have to recognize where you are, and the recognition is that we don't, it's a budget pinch,
yes,
right?
Sir.
And
yes,
so there's essential services and there's non-essential services. What was brought up was, we've spent a lot of money. There's $10 million a year goes into the Affordable Housing Trust Fund, which they floated a $60 million bond for affordable housing. Now, you can't use bond money to buy ambulances, but that $10 million a year, if you're not really using it, that could go there. There's a $6 million comprehensive study that the city is doing. Right, they're going to dole out $2 million for stop the violence grants to community groups. Okay, all those things are good, but if you can't have if you're driving around in ambulances that are in jeopardy of breaking down every once in a while, then maybe some other time for that stuff.
Andy Sheehan, it's great reporting, brother. I appreciate you, my man. Thank you.
See you, man.
It's unbelievable. I agree with Sheehan. He's the best in the game, and it's frightening. What's weird is the stupidity of politics. They're literally having a news conference today to celebrate the start of paving season. I just got the news release. The start of paving season. You know, we have no money to pave. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Should we mention that? I can't tell you what they should do next other than severe cuts in other programs because they cannot raise taxes and revenue is in decline. And so is the morale, the attitude of everyone that works in public safety. We're at what we call a critical juncture in the city of Pittsburgh's history. Massive change needs to happen. Will it? I would suggest, if you don't know who you will vote for yet, to tune in tomorrow to hear the mayor and Corey O'Connor live, right here, with the man himself, Larry Richert, starting at 9:30. It should be enlightening and important. You might want to listen, all right? All right, Pirates next.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
I'm back to doing what I love and more, thanks to the Good Feet store.
I love shoes. You find them in the store, you know, they like call you, but they hurt. The best ones hurt the worst. And you're walking around going, I don't want anyone to know that I'm not happy. Stuck in the arch supports, and I felt so much better. I'm pain-free. I'd say Good Feet help with all of my great shoes. They turned out to be something that actually works for me. Now with Good Feet, I don't have to choose between looking good and feeling good. My name is Ava, and that's my Good Feet story.
Bring in your favorite shoes to the Good Feet store and we'll personally fit you to ensure your comfort. Visit us in Robinson Town Center, in Cranberry Township, and now open in Morgantown at Suncrest Town Center and at goodfeet.com.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
The Good Feet system fits in all your shoes. And ladies, you can now be comfortable in your favorite high heels. The Good Feet store.
Springtime, right? Duh. So now's the time to take a look at some new windows. Universal Windows Direct is the place to go. Check this out. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. No limit, by the way. Buy 4, get 4 free. You get it. So, pay no interest until 2030. Come on. No interest for the next 6 years. And they'll give an extra $500 off on your home improvement project. Universal Windows Direct. By the way, it's a great product. They have great technology, great service. Universal Windows Direct. Springtime, folks, got to do it. 412-545-6003. 412-545-6003. Or visit universalwindowsdirect.com. Schedule a free in-home visit today.
Find mom's best gift at Target. Now through Mother's Day, get up to 40% off gifts for her. Discover trendy apparel and swimwear that'll elevate any wardrobe. Jewelry that'll make her smile shine brighter, and even chocolate that'll turn any moment into something sweeter. There are endless options to choose from to show her she's the best. Hurry! Save 20 to 40% on select apparel, jewelry, chocolates, and more this Mother's Day only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Yeah, Marty's brought to you by Perry Calder. When it matters most, contact Perry Calder Law.
Marvelous May savings at Coons Market. Isn't that right, Frank Dentisi?
Right, Rob. Boneless pork loin chops or roast. Buy one, get one free. And red ripe strawberries, 1 pound package, 2 for $5. Come see us at Coons.
Did you hear?
A recent stash of $10 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s, and less than 200 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-969-0686 and you are guaranteed a $10 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-969-0686. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-969-0686 now to secure your $10 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-969-0686.
UPMC, life-changing, life-saving medicine. I live it.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app.
It's time for the North Shore Tavern Leadoff Show. The North Shore Tavern Leadoff Show is presented by Keystone Custom Apparel and is brought to you by Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union, Spitzer Toyota, Pennsylvania One Call System, Coors Light at 365, and Saloni's Italian Bread. The North Shore Tavern Leadoff Show is on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
And a very pleasant good afternoon. Paul Alexander with you today on the North Shore Tavern Leadoff Show. We're presented by Keystone Custom Apparel. Oh, the Buccos looking at a 6-game losing streak. They need to somehow find some mojo and turn things around, find a little bit of offense. Unfortunately, another Paul Skeens gem of sorts. You know, he hasn't been as sharp as we're used to, but when you go 6 and you only give up 2 and your team only scores 1 for you, it just it hurts a little bit because, you know, Paul Skeens is obviously a generational talent that just has so much going on. And right now the Pirates are a little bit offensively challenged. They're just having trouble. It's been an eternity since they've scored 4 runs in a game, and they've only won 1 of their last 10. So what they want to do today is find a way to scratch out a win. I mean, it doesn't even matter how you go about it. It doesn't matter how it happens. It doesn't matter if you don't do a great job on the way to that win, but somehow, some way, you have to have Mitch Keller, who's on the mound today. I mean, his last outing against the Cardinals, 7 1/3 scoreless with 6 Ks. So maybe some of that magic can come around a little bit. But welcome into the North Shore Tavern Leadoff Show. We are presented by Keystone Custom Apparel. I'm Paul Alexander. We're going to get it to our announcers. And today we have Matt Capps and Joe Block, the Mad Capper, one of my all-time favorites in all my many years in that Pirate clubhouse. He stands out as one of the really great go-to guys. And he was a heck of a reliever and a heck of a guy, and he really understands the game. So we'll certainly check in with him after the game, but you'll be able to enjoy him throughout the game, and he just does, as all the Pirate announcers do. And certainly the analysts, both the really, really solid job. The Cardinals, on the other hand, I think, the fans of St. Louis, and no offense to our current audience or our current fan base here, there's probably not a better baseball fandom than that of the St. Louis Cardinals. Now, they're geographically, they encompass an entire just void. There's not a lot out around St. Louis in terms of competing cities. So everybody within maybe, 200 or 300 miles of St. Louis in a big radius, well, they're Cardinal fans, and they're rabid, and they're absolutely insane. I shared a story of some folks yesterday. I was out covering the NFC Championship game. Do you remember when St. Louis used to have an NFL team? Of course you do. So they're playing the Eagles. And I went out there to cover that for KDKA TV because obviously, the Steelers were playing that week as well. They were taking on the Patriots in the AFC Championship game. So it had to be 2004, I believe it was. And you're not going to believe this, but this will tell you what kind of baseball town St. Louis is. The lead story on all of their newscasts, and I was checking out all the different newscasts to see what they were saying about, the NFC Championship game.
that was the day that single game tickets went on sale for the baseball team in St. Louis, and that was the lead story on every TV station. That single game tickets were available for Cardinals baseball. Meanwhile, their football team's playing in the NFC Championship game. That was a little bit down. Yeah, we'll get to that, but let's talk about some Cardinals baseball. So they're rabid. They're as big as the Arch out there in St. Louis, and today they're going to be going with Sonny Gray. And you know what? Why don't we get, we're handling what's on tap right now, and it's presented by Blue Moon and the Crafty Jackalope Bar and Grill in Bridgeville. Fun place, by the way. $4 16-ounce Blue Moon draft all day on Monday. We can't help you out today on this Wednesday, but on Monday, $4 16-ounce Blue Moon draft all day at the Crafty Jackalope Bar and Grill. Not only a great name, it's a great spot. So what's on top today? The Pirates are just desperate for a win. Any shape, any size, any manner. Any way they can grab one, steal one, take one, they need it. Meanwhile, the Cardinals sitting at 18-19, there's something I think psychologically beneficial to being at 500 or above. The last time we chatted last week, I talked about how the Pirates have to keep 500 within sight, within attainability. And right now, they got to really put together like some really good baseball just to get back to 500. And that's a chore. And you keep falling further and further away from that. The season becomes less and less, attainable for, the purpose of winning games rather than the purpose of, well, we have to develop something for the future. And you don't want to talk about that in May. I mean, we're still relatively early in May. That's not what you want to be talking about right now, but that's what's on tap. Pirates need to find a win any way, any shape, any size. They're currently in a 6-game losing skid. They've only won 1 of their last 10. And for the Cardinals, they want to get back to 500. They're not that far out of things. We'll get to the NL Central race in a little bit. But the Cardinals are just looking to get back to Cardinal baseball. I mean, they have been, along with the Brewers, they've been the class of the NL Central for a long time. And they've kind of fallen out of favor, even with their own fan base. I mean, there's some markets taking shots at their attendance. They used to fill that place up. New Busch Stadium is a nice place, and they would fill it up. And now, just like any other franchise that struggles in the win column, you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle at the gate. And the Cardinals are not. They're not really bringing in the fans like they used to. When we come back, we're going to take a little deeper dive into today's starting pitchers. That's Mitch Keller and Sonny Gray. The pitching matchup is presented by Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union and their new location on Cochran Road in Scott Township. Mitch Keller, Sonny Gray, we're going to dig into what they bring to the table when we come back on the Pirates Fan Pregame Show right here on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-921-5252. 800-921-5252. That's 800-921-5252.
Find mom's best gift at Target. Now through Mother's Day, get up to 40% off gifts for her. Discover trendy apparel and swimwear that'll elevate any wardrobe. Jewelry that'll make her smile shine brighter, and even chocolate that'll turn any moment into something sweeter. There are endless options to choose from to show her she's the best. Hurry! Save 20 to 40% on select apparel, jewelry, chocolates, and more this Mother's Day only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So, what's that about?
So, let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hi, Paul Alexander here with an opportunity for you to lose 40 by the 4th. Yes, pounds. I dropped my 35 pounds with Awaken 180 in just 6.5 weeks. There's no reason you can't set your goal to 40 or more by the 4th. Set the goal and reach it at awaken180weightloss.com.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small, loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Progressive knows road trips without your pet can be tough.
Hi, this is Next Stop Dog Boarding.
Hi, it's Scott again. How's Squeaks doing? You can tell if he's stressed by his eyebrows. Oh, and his breathing should sound like this.
Scott, Squeaks is exactly the same as last time you called.
Okay, let's talk in 20 to see if anything's changed.
With Progressive, your pet is covered up to $1,000 in vet bills in case of a car accident. So next time, you can take your pet with you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and subject to policy terms.
Have you tried hands-free Skechers slip-ins yet? Because if you haven't, you're missing out on technology that changes how you think about shoes. First, these are not just regular slip-on shoes. They're not just a pair of loafers without laces. But what makes them different is the technology inside that lets you just step into them. There's a built-in hidden shoehorn that slides your foot in, so they look, feel, and wear just like a pair of shoes you're used to. Except you don't have to bend down, struggle to put them on, or touch them. Try them at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Something amazing is happening in networking. Organizations are scaling with less stress. That's because CDW is designing and implementing intelligent HPE Aruba networking solutions that simplify and secure operations. With automation at the center of your data center, growing pains can be a thing of the past. HPE Aruba Networking and CDW. Make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/Aruba.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? When it comes to Big Wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular to get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and now for a limited time, new customers can get their second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit a store near you, or consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for autopay and e-billing. Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Trust and Will knows that we'll all eventually need a will. How about right now? Trust and Will makes creating your will easy, like while you're lounging on the couch easy. Trust and Will is designed by attorneys but customized by you, and all documents are state-specific and secure. Find your plan at trustandwill.com and use offer code RADIO now for 20% off. That's trustandwill.com, offer code RADIO. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. Visit trustandwill.com for details.
Hi, I'm Neil Walker. One of my favorite places to go in the North Shore is the North Shore Tavern. If you love the Pittsburgh Pirates, then you'll love the North Shore Tavern. My home and Pittsburgh's home for Steak on the Stone. Just a stone's throw away from PNC Park on the North Shore.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular to get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and now for a limited time, new customers can get their second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit a store near you, or consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
I'm Jenna Fisher. And I'm Angela Kinsey. And together, we have the podcast Office Ladies. Just because we finished rewatching The Office does not mean we're going anywhere. Every Wednesday, we'll be sharing even more exclusive stories from The Office and our friendship with brand new guests. Plus, you can revisit all the Office Ladies rewatch episodes every Monday with new bonus tidbits before every episode. So follow and listen to Office Ladies on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Get 50% off your windows. That's half off. Plus, no interest, no payments, 12 months, and a free entry door with your windows purchase. 412-545-6003. Check it out now.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this important announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit. 800-384-7878. 800-384-7878. 800-384-7878.
Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. Indeed's Sponsored Jobs feature helps you stand out and hire fast. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Now, back to the North Shore Tavern Leadoff Show on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Welcome back. Paul Alexander, North Shore Tavern Leadoff Show, presented by Keystone Custom Apparel. A couple of right-handers going today. Mitch Keller, Sonny Gray. Keller 1-3, 4.38 ERA, 29 strikeouts on the year, a whip of 1.36. Sonny Gray 3-1, 4.12 ERA, 39 Ks, and in 39 innings, a 1.19 whip. Both have had really good outings against each other's ball club. Keller 7 1/3, back on 4-9. That would be April the 9th. Had 6 strikeouts, his best performance of the year. Gray only allowed 1 run in 5 innings the day before on April the 8th. So that'll be a good matchup of right-handers today. And again, our pitching matchup brought to you by Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union and their new location on Cochran Road in Scott Township. Now let's get to that starting lineup today. It's brought to you by Bet365. My bet to drive in a run tonight would be Brian Reynolds, 7 for 21, an average of 333 against Sonny Gray with a couple of doubles and a couple of home runs. So he is my bet to drive in a run tonight. That would be Brian Reynolds, who fares well against today's starting pitcher. So the lineup with the visiting Pirates, Cruz in center will lead it off. Reynolds in right, and again, he'll be driving in a run today. Kutch will be the DH and bat third. Bart behind the plate. He'll be the cleanup hitter. Valdez at first. Hayes at third. Hayes is hitting safely, 14 of his last 16. Frazier, he'll be at second. Pham will be in left. And Peguero, who started the other night at second, he will be at short for this one. Over on the other side of the ledger, the Cardinals, Nootbaar is in left. He has 5 home runs on the year. Wynn will be at short, Donovan at second, Arenado at third. He's always dangerous and always good against the Pirates. Contreras will be at first. Burleson is the DH. Walker and right. Pages will be the catcher, and Scott will be in center field. And remember our starting lineup, brought to you by Bet365. My bet to driving a run tonight is, without a question, Brian Reynolds. Okay, we're just getting warmed up here. We're going to get you to the Pirate side of the broadcast and to the ball game in just a little bit, but we're going to take another timeout right here on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Hey everyone, it's Bob Pompiani. I decided to call Pittsburgh Garage, as I told you before, as part of a spring cleaning plan Lisa and I had. I wanted to transform my messy garage into something I could be proud of. And man, did Pittsburgh Garage deliver. They started with my garage floor, which was cracked and filled with salt from the winter. They used these high-performance products. They restored and refurbished my garage floor as if it were brand new by using these great, durable, long-lasting products designed to be heavy-duty, and they look great too. And then new storage cabinets came and made organizing easy and efficient, just like their workmanship. Efficient. All it took was a day and a half, which is their typical installation time. Pittsburgh Garage team members, are full-time employees. In fact, their first ever employee is still with them today. No subcontracting here. They have an amazing work culture. They're friendly. They're on time, and that's big. Every time on time. Pittsburgh Garage has over 400 5-star reviews. If you want a beautiful garage makeover, call Pittsburgh Garage for free estimates and design consultations. That's PittsburghGarage.com.
Steel walk behind, zero turn, and stand on mowers are built to get the job done. Shop online or at your local Steel dealer. Steel, let's go mow.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at EnduranceWarranty.com.
This is an announcement to all United States vehicle owners who own a 2003 or newer vehicle with a manufacturer's warranty about to expire, or no warranty coverage at all. With a struggling economy and the cost of living on the rise, Endurance is now offering an affordable, low-cost vehicle coverage plan to the general public. As of today, you could be one of millions of drivers that now may qualify to have your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. You pick your plan. You pick your deductible. You even pick the repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental coverage is included. Get your vehicle protected now and save your wallet from costly vehicle repairs. A toll-free number has been established for you to call for your free 5-minute quote and to see if you qualify. The number to call is 800-291-3092. 800-291-3092. Again, that's 800-291-3092.
Find mom's best gift at Target. Now through Mother's Day, get up to 40% off gifts for her. Discover trendy apparel and swimwear that'll elevate any wardrobe. Jewelry that'll make her smile shine brighter, and even chocolate that'll turn any moment into something sweeter. There are endless options to choose from to show her she's the best. Hurry! Save 20 to 40% on select apparel, jewelry, chocolates, and more this Mother's Day only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Progressive knows you've got enough to worry about in life.
Hi, it's your life again. Feel like another year is just slipping away? Yeah, remember all those New Year's resolutions you made? You still haven't finished the first book. Just 19 more to go. I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't a very realistic goal. Have you ever considered that you intentionally self-sabotage? So what's that about?
So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Are you living with dry AMD? If so, you could be on the road to geographic atrophy, or GA, a condition that leads to retinal cell death and permanent vision loss. But with Izervay, you can
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay slows GA progression by targeting a key source of retinal cell death, which may help preserve your vision longer. Izervay, or Avastin Capted Pagel, is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Marvelous May savings at Coons Market. Isn't that right, Frank Dentisi?
Right, Rob. Save with your Coons Reward Card. Boneless pork loin chops or roast. Buy one, get one free.
Red ripe strawberries, 1 pound package, 2 for $5. And selected varieties of Nabisco Chips Ahoy cookies, 9.5 to 13 ounce package, $2.48 each. Additional savings in our meat department. 85% lean fresh ground round, $5.69 a pound. And USDA Choice Petite Sirloin Steak, $7.99 a pound. In our produce department, whole seedless watermelons, $5.99 each. And fresh southern sweet corn, $3.99 a dozen. In our deli department, Kuhn's deep fried turkey breast, $9.99 a pound. In our bakery, assorted fruit-filled mini Danish, 10-count package, $5 each. And this week, selected varieties of Turkey Hill iced tea, 64-ounce jugs, 2 for $4.
So get in on all the incredible savings for the month of May underway at Kuhn's Market. That's Kuhn's Market, a special place in your neighborhood. Kuhn's Market, a Pittsburgh tradition.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The following heartwarming yet informative scene is brought to you by Trust and Will.
Son, your grandpa and I used to work on this car together, and when I'm gone, I want you to have it.
Wow. Thanks, Dad. Doesn't count. What you need is a will. Luckily, Trust and Will makes it easy. Designed by attorneys, but customized by you, you can easily create a state-specific, legally valid document that actually counts. Now, let's let the engine do the talking, am I right? Start your will at trustandwill.com. Use offer code COUNT for 20% off and make it count. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. For details, see trustandwill.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. An important message about your timeshare from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. Contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about timeshare cancellation.
Call 800-408-4040. That's 800-408-4040.
The biggest reason Metropolitan Window Company has been in business since 1978 is our huge list of satisfied customers.
John, Maggie, and Justin Schmutzer here from Metropolitan Window Company, Pittsburgh's locally owned and family-operated window and door company for over 47 years.
When you choose Metropolitan Window Company, you're getting expertise and attention to detail from a trusted business that puts your needs first.
You're also getting our exclusive Infinity from Marvin 100% fiberglass windows that are built for life.
The most important part of a window is the framing. Fiberglass frames won't lose their dimensional integrity. They're the strongest, longest-lasting window you can buy.
And right now, you can save 30% and get 18-month no-interest financing on every window and door product we offer.
Stop by one of our showrooms, visit us at metropolitanwindows.com, or give us a call at 412-655-8411.
PA 1565.
Now, back to the North Shore Tavern Leadoff Show on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Welcome back. Paul Alexander with you. We're ready to send it over to the Pirate side of the broadcast. They do their own little pregame. Keys to the game today brought to you by Spitzer Toyota in Monroeville, SpitzerToyota.com. It's this simple. Urgency. Find a way to stop this 6-game losing streak. Find a way to win a game. Mitch Keller's last outing against the Cardinals was a gem, 7 1/3, no runs allowed, striking out 6. Find a way to replicate that. Sonny Gray, he's had some trouble getting Brian Reynolds out, so hopefully the top of the order with Cruz and Reynolds can continue to make things happen. But the Bucs got to score some runs. That has been the absolute issue with this ball club all year. Just not enough offense, and they have to find a way to generate it. You have to play a little small ball. Whatever you need to do. Get base runners, advance the runner, find a way to score runs today, and win a baseball game. That is the key to today's game. Make absolutely no mistake about that. The Cardinals at 18-19, what they really want to do, they want to get back to 500. That changes things. That gives you a different lease on life. That's something to build upon. The Pirates are digging themselves a hole so deep that getting back to 500 is going to be an unbelievable chore, and that's very unfortunate. The call of the game, by the way, brought to you by the Pennsylvania one-call system. That's going to be Joe Block and Matt Capps, a great combination. The Mad Capper is one of my all-time faves, just a good guy that does a great job of breaking down the game and letting you know what's happening and why. And a lot of times he's good with the what should happen and why as well. Margot, great job with the producing today. I believe that you will be gone by the time the postgame rolls around, but we'll have a passing of the baton, and we'll be good to go there as well. Thanks so much for tuning in. I really do expect that Mitch Keller, with the confidence of what he did against the Cardinals last time, again, 7 1/3, scoreless, 6 strikeouts, find a way to somehow replicate that and just turn things around. Winning can be contagious. Hitting can be contagious. And there's nothing worse than just being around that kind of perennial losing feeling. It grows in a bad way and really makes things extremely difficult to navigate. Well, thanks so much for listening to the North Shore Tavern Leadoff Show. Your home for steak on a stone. You can also have a little salmon on the stone as well. Have a great day. We'll see you after the game.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast is brought to you by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
Broadcast commencing in 3.
Andrew McCutcheon. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
1.
Grand slam for Brian Rhodes.
Your Pirates are on the air. Today's game on the Pirates Radio Network is brought to you by Highmark. Highmark is proud to sponsor the Pirates everywhere, from home base to home away from home. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Giant Eagle, the official supermarket of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pittsburgh Brewing, makers of Iron City and Icy Light. NSS Life. For low-cost life insurance and high-yielding annuities, it's NSS Life. Where family matters. Allegheny Health Network, official medical provider of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Cheering for you through every win, every loss, every moment in between. The Pennsylvania Lottery. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Operating Engineers. Partner with Operating Engineers Local 66. Join us at IUOE66.org. Dynegy, powered by Vistra, official energy supplier of the Pittsburgh Pirates and PNC Bar. Sheets, why the sheets not? Get a snack after the game. And PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. This is Pirates Baseball on the Pirates Radio Network.
Baseball greetings from Busch Stadium here in St. Louis, Missouri. This afternoon we got baseball for you. It's the Pirates and the St. Louis Cardinals here concluding this 3-game series. And we welcome you into the booth. Joe Block and Matt Capps with you here this afternoon. Daniel Hinkamp with us. Our producer-engineer Seth Davis back in our network control center getting you ready for some baseball. As the Pirates trying to get right in the month of May. They have lost 6 in a row now. After a tough one yesterday, it was the Cardinals winning 2-1. Both teams doing all their scoring in the 6th inning. The Pirates gave Paul Skeens a lead with a 2-out RBI double by Ke'Bryan Hayes. Skeens pitched well per usual. Gave up 2 runs in 6 innings. Those 2 runs were his second to last batter faced, Alec Burleson, after a single and a walk, both coming with 2 outs and nobody on. Then the double by Burleson. And the Cardinals went ahead for good in the game yesterday. As before that, Skeens had only allowed 4 base runners and no Cardinal had gotten past first base against him. But 3 in a row get on in the 6th. And just no room for error for Pirates pitchers as of late. And Skeens falls to 3-4 despite another strong effort. So got to get the bats right. That has been clear. And today they'll try to do that against Sonny Gray. That is no easy task. The 35-year-old Cardinal has been one of the better pitchers around for many years, though this year not quite as sharp so far. A 4.12 ERA, about a strikeout an inning, still limiting the walks. And for Gray, he'll get the start for a second time against the Pirates so far this year. The first time around, Gray giving up 1 run over 5 innings back in an April start at PNC Park. Going for the Pirates today, it is Mitch Keller, the 29-year-old. Has had a great start against the Cardinals that last time around. 7 1/3 scoreless innings. did not get a decision, as the Pirates didn't score in that game until the 12th inning and eventually prevailed 2-1 in 13 innings. But for Keller this year, one of the lowest run supports for any starting pitcher. He's pitched in every game he's pitched in, it's been close. And for him, the 2 times that the Pirates have won with him on the mound this year, they've been 1-run victories. So always tight games for Keller. Maybe the Pirates can give him some breathing room offensively here this afternoon. Weather-wise, it is very nice today. Temperatures right around 70 degrees. Sunny, breezy here as well. That may play a factor with a stiff wind, some storms out in Kansas right now out to the west. So looks like we'll have a windy and sunny spring day here in St. Louis. Our pregame show is brought to you by Allegheny Health Network, the official medical provider of the Pirates, caring for you through every win, every loss, and every moment in between. Coming up next, Greg Brown will visit with the Pirates manager Derek Shelton right after this here on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
We're back, fans. The Pirates have already put together some pretty impressive wins this year and are hoping to keep pushing it. But there's another fan favorite in town that also knows a thing or two about winning. Ford F-Series, the best-selling trucks in Pittsburgh and in America for 48 years straight. Being tough, capable, and having the smarts, F-Series is tough to beat. F-150, the official truck of the Pittsburgh Pirates. And it looks like it's out of here.
The Big K Morning Show with Larry Richards.
Senator Jay Costa, and want to talk money.
The general fund budget this year, the governor's proposing, is about $51.4 billion, and intertwined with all of our line items is federal money that makes its way to Pennsylvania, probably around the same amount, $50 billion. So when we conclude our budget process at the end of June, hopefully.
Seems like everybody's budgets are kind of up in the air.
Weekday mornings 5:30 to 10 on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
As the official bank of the Pirates, PNC Bank knows that baseball is thrilling, but even the less thrilling moments deserve our applause. Like that fan in the left field bleachers who refuses to do the wave. She came to see professional athletes, which makes this ballpark a place of business. So while everyone else is spilling drinks on their neighbors mid-action, she keeps her eye on the ball. A sound strategy for baseball and banking. PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank National Association, member FDIC.
Tri-State Office Furniture offers great pricing, great selections, and great service. It's really a one-stop shop if you're looking to furnish maybe your office, your business, heck, even your house. I'm a big trust guy, and I trust owner Ed Meyer and team for any and all furniture needs. Right now, Tri-State warehouses are full of new and name brand pre-owned office furniture. Visit them online at tristateofficefurniture.com or give them a call, 412-771-0760. That's 412-771-0760. Tri-State Office Furniture, the best in the business.
Welcome back to St. Louis, finale of the series here at Busch Stadium. Pirates and Cardinals, and we are in the skipper's office. Pirates manager Derek Shelton trying to salvage this one this afternoon. Shelty, a 2-1 loss to the Cards last night. Skeens was tremendous again. 6 innings, 3 hits, couple of runs, 4 walks. How would you assess the outing?
A good outing. I mean, I think anytime you go 6 innings and give up 3 hits and 2 runs, it's a good outing. I mean, if you look back at it, I don't think he was at his best. He lost his delivery a little bit, but he essentially made 1 bad pitch. I mean, he got 2 outs in the 6th, ground ball, base hit, walk, and then, left a ball that, taking nothing away from Burleson, but it wasn't hit hard. He beat him with a fastball, and he got it inside the left field line. It's interesting to watch Skeens pitch, though, isn't it, as he continues to navigate through major league lineups, and for the Cardinals, for whatever reason, really, I mean, that happens sometimes. It's early in his career, but so far they have found a way to beat Skeens. Yeah, and I mean, it's, they found a way to beat him, and it's not like they've beat him in terms of it's been very close games, and they've just been opportunistic. And Matthew Liberatore on the other side was excellent. He was really, really good, the lefty for the Cardinals. Really good. I mean, the best we've seen him, the ability to execute his fastball and cutter, I mean, was elite. I mean, for 3 or 4 innings, it looked like he didn't miss a spot. I mean, at one point, Matt Haig and I were talking, and I think he had left 2 balls in the middle of the plate. One of them Gorski fouled off, and the other one Kutch hit a bullet to center on that, he couldn't have hit any better, but everything else looked like it was on the edges.
One of the hits for the Pirates was the one that drove in the run, and that was the Ke'Bryan Hayes double to the right center field gap, his 500th career hit. Shelty, Ke'Bryan Hayes, there's so much more in there, isn't it? And that was an example of it, that this guy could be a gap-to-gap hitter who could drive in runs.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he had 3 really good swings last night. He had our first hit, he had the double in the gap, and even the ball he hit in the 8th. I mean, if we were at home at PNC, I think that ball probably gets over the Clemente wall. That ball was hit really well. It was one of those, when he hit it, you're like, I hit it good, and he just kept going, and Walker ended up catching at the wall. But, hopefully Key gets hot because there's definitely more in there.
You're too young to know this name, Tom Herr.
Oh, I know Tommy Herr.
Okay. What about Tommy Herr? I bring that up because I thought about it with Ke'Bryan Hayes.
So I'll give you a couple things about Tommy Herr. A couple of just off-topic things. Number one, Ryan Denlinger, who is our travel.
Beans.
Yeah, Beans. His best friend is Aaron Herr. So he grew up with the Herr family.
In central Pennsylvania, Lancaster, PA.
In Lancaster, PA. So best friend, Aaron Herr. Aaron Herr actually played in the minor leagues when I was in Tampa there, so I know him. But the things that I remember about Tommy Herr, you're probably going to go a little different, was he had a sweet fro, and he always wore the catcher's helmet.
Yes, good call. Yeah. I wasn't going there, but that's a good call. But the reason I bring it up is because the one year he had 8 home runs and drove in well over 100 runs. And so automatically in this day and age, I'm I guess old school, or as what Jim Leland says, I'm old, but I'm not old school.
Exactly.
So, but it just shows you that you can drive in runs without hitting 30 homers. I mean, Herr did it. I'm not saying that's a kind of an aberration, but it could still be done.
It can definitely be done. I think the circumstances, like, that I think that was either 82 or 83.
Yeah, it was many years ago.
Which that team had a ton of table setters, and I think for us to be there, and I know I've said it probably ad nauseum, is like the consistency of our lineup is what's going to have to happen for those things, to be consistent.
And that is the key again to this Pirate offense. Move it down the line. Hand the baton off to somebody, right? Get on base.
Yeah. I mean, you got to get on base, and we got to continue to go. And I think we are not doing a good enough job of executing when we have those opportunities.
Opportunity perhaps with Sonny Gray today. He's kind of struggled his last couple of outings. Now, the Pirates very familiar with him. A ton of starts in his career against Pittsburgh. He said something about overthinking it. His last start, I believe, was against the New York Mets, and wondered, when it comes to an offensive approach, can hitters sometimes overthink it?
Oh, 100%. I think it's the most common thing that happens with hitters is they watch the game and then they try to sequence along with pitchers, and instead of staying with their approach and where they're at, they try to essentially guess pitches. And when you get into that frame of mind, you end up being in between and inconsistent, and the in between place is the worst place to be when you're in the box.
So when it comes to, so Mitch Keller goes today for the Pirates. 14 career starts against St. Louis. One of his better starts, I think, this year actually against them. But does he, as a pitcher, going up against a familiar foe, does he change his approach, or does he just work to his strengths and not worry about how much the Cardinals know of him?
I think he has to work to his strengths. And the one thing about Mitch is we know that he has multiple pitches, and whatever's working that day we have to stay with.
All right, we'll look forward to a W today and then off to Pittsburgh after the game. Shelty, thanks so much. Look forward to talking more about Tommy Herr during this broadcast. Who you'd have never thought I was going to bring that name up.
You got a little tidbit.
All right, we'll come back. We'll have more coming up. Joe returns with Matt as we continue on the Pirates Radio Network.
At AHN Sports Medicine, we know injuries. Tears, tweaks, pops, pulls, strains, sprains, and, of course, breaks. We also know that no two injuries are alike, which is why at AHN Sports Medicine, we offer advanced surgical options and specialized sports performance physical therapy. At AHN, we see you. Call 412-DOCTORS to get expert care from AHN, the official medical provider of your Pittsburgh Pirates.
Step into the ring at PNC Park for WWE Night on Saturday, May 10th, when the Pirates take on the Atlanta Braves at 4:05 p.m. Get down to Federal Street early for a pregame Wiggle Whiskey block party with live music, drink specials, and more. Plus, the first 20,000 fans take home a pair of WWE sunglasses. It's the Bucks and the Braves, Saturday, May 10th at 4:05 p.m. Get your tickets at pirates.com/promotions. Let's go, Bucks! Back with you from St. Louis. The Pirates and the Cardinals here in the series finale this afternoon. Baseball fans, meet Pays. It's a convenient new online checkout offered by banks and credit unions. Learn more at Pays.com. P-A-Z-E, Pays.com. Now let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves here along the Pirates Radio Network.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Today's health report presented by Allegheny Health Network, official medical provider of the Pirates, keeping your buccos on the field and keeping you at your best. And those who are not on the field right now, our injury report for today. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa has a right hamstring strain and will be eligible to return in 4 days from the 10-day injured list. And looks like it might be closer to that, maybe not exactly then, but closer to that, the way that he is progressing. He's hitting and throwing, and will be doing some base running work by the weekend. A name we haven't heard much of in recent times because of Tommy John surgery, Dowry Moretta, who was outstanding in the Pirates bullpen in the 23 season. Remember Money Moretta? Yeah, well, he has his rehab assignment transferred to Indianapolis, where he pitched yesterday. And so he is getting a lot closer to returning to the Pirates after having his final spring training game on March 3rd, 2024. So been a long time for him to be in the black and gold. Spencer Horwitz, who was traded for in the offseason, looking to make his Pirates debut. He had right wrist surgery prior to spring training, and it looks like he'll be eligible to return soon once that rehab assignment is exhausted. He's got about another week of that at Indianapolis, where his rehab was transferred yesterday. Some good news regarding Nick Gonzalez, who has had that ankle fracture from fouling a ball off his ankle twice in spring training, and then tried to play through it. And remember, he was limping on that home run trot in Miami, and should run the bases this weekend. So he's getting a lot closer, and probably because of him having participated in spring training, probably wouldn't need a very long rehab assignment to get back into action. So it looks like maybe sometime this month for Gonzalez to return. Andy Rodriguez suffered a right index finger laceration back on April 14th. And it looks like he can begin ramping up baseball activities now. He's playing catch, and so making his way back to returning. Also, Johan Oviedo, who has a right lat strain. Remember, he had Tommy John surgery, missed all of last year, and then that took place late in February, and in part of his final rehab time, but had that setback. Well, now looks like after an upcoming visit to Dr. Keith Meister, if he and the other physicians agree, Oviedo could throw off a mound next week. So that's good progress for Johan Oviedo. Jared Jones is throwing from 75 feet. And last week it was estimated that he could return sometime in the second half of this season. Justin Lawrence will get another visit by Dr. Keith Meister, as there are no firm decisions yet. But he was moved to the 60-day injured list this week. So he will not return for at least a couple of months. And Tim Meza, same for him. He's on the 60-day injured list with left shoulder and lat muscle strains for the Pirates. That's a look at the injury report for this afternoon. When we return, we'll have today's starting lineups from St. Louis right after this here on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
Can you see yourself in the seat of a tower crane, changing the city skyline, hanging off a cliff, constructing a natural gas pipeline, knocking down to make way for sustainability in our region? We are asked to weather the harshest conditions and push our powerful machines to the max. We are trained for the extreme and master skills unlike any other trade. We are the operating engineers, Local 66. Are you up for the challenge? Find your future with us at iuoe66.org.
At AHN Sports Medicine, we know runners. Trail runners, road runners, marathon runners, 1 mile runners, and the somewhere in between runners. We also know that no two runners are alike, which is why at AHN Sports Medicine, we use the latest research, equipment, and technologies to build your personalized plan. At AHN, we see you. Call 412-DOCTORS to get expert care from AHN, the official medical provider of your Pittsburgh Pirates.
When you call yourself the voice of Pittsburgh, you have to know when to not talk. Sometimes you just need to be the ears of Pittsburgh. Just listen. Listen to what you have to say. These are complicated and uncertain times. But when you need us, we are here for you, and we're listening. A trusted source that you can count on to be here. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Every great team has a game plan. And if you're heading to a Pirates game, you need one too. Step 1, pre-game with some Sweets donuts. Step 2, stuff your pockets full of tots and Snuggets for the mid-game hunger. Step 3, celebrate the W with a milkshake. If you're mourning a loss, then make it a large. Because win or lose, a Sheetz run is always the right call. Why the Sheetz not visit the official convenience store of the Pittsburgh Pirates?
Today's game on the Pirates Radio Network brought to you by Giant Eagle, the official supermarket of the Pirates. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, service you can see, experts you can trust. Highmark, proud to support the Pirates everywhere, from home base to home away from home, because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Energy, powered by Vistra, the official energy supplier of the Pirates and of PNC Park, and by your neighborhood Ford store. Pirates Baseball also brought to you by AHN, the official medical provider of the Pirates, caring for you through every win, every loss, and every moment in between. Tri-State Office Furniture, the best in the business. PNC, brilliantly boring since 1865. SeatGeek, the official marketplace of the Pirates. And by Coppers, protecting what matters, preserving the future. Today, the Pirates and the Cardinals wrapping up this 3-game series. And with the starting lineups, here's Matt Capps.
Thank you, Joe. This afternoon's starting lineup is brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. For the visiting Pittsburgh Pirates, led by their manager, Derek Shelton, batting first and playing center field is O'Neill Cruz. In the 2-hole in right field, Brian Reynolds. Andrew McCutcheon's in the 3 spot. He's today's DH. Behind the plate and batting cleanup is Joey Bart. Emmanuel Valdez follows him, bats 5th and plays first base. Brian Hayes across the diamond, batting 6th. Adam Frazier at second base, bats 7th. In the 8-hole is Tommy Pham playing left field. And to round out the order is Leover Peguero playing shortstop. On the mound for the Pirates is the righty, Mitch Keller. He's 1-3 with a 4.38 on the season. For the home St. Louis Cardinals, led by their manager, Oliver Marmol. In right field, batting first is Lars Nootbaar. Batting second, playing shortstop, Mason Wen. Brendan Donovan's in the 3-hole, playing second base. And the cleanup spot is the first baseman, Wilson Contreras. In the 5-hole, Alec Burleson is the DH. He'll be followed by Nolan Gorman, who plays third base and bats 6th. In the 7-hole, the left fielder, Jordan Walker. Pedro Pajes is behind the plate and bats 8th. And to round out their order, Victor Scott bats 9th, and he's in center field. On the mound for the Redbirds, the 3-1 with a 4.12 ERA, Sonny Gray. And we'll be right back with that first pitch from Sonny Gray right here on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
Whether you're catching the game at home or at your favorite bar in the Burgh, when summer vibes are strong and baseball season is in full swing, reach for the beer that's always right. IC Light Mango is 95 calories of juicy, bold refreshment that puts the party in watch party and will have you wanting more than just a Buccos win. IC Light Mango. Around here, it's always go time. Available any time of the year. Brewed by Pittsburgh brewing makers of Iron City and IC Light.
The Pirates and PNC are going to bat for local small businesses by highlighting a different business each month. This month, the spotlight is on Lincoln Avenue Brewery. Located in Bellevue, PA, they serve up handcrafted beers, cocktails, and locally sourced food. Check out their variety of events like Sunday brunch, Trivia Tuesdays, and more. Grab a signature drink or dig into their almost famous pickle dip and enjoy the welcoming atmosphere. To learn more, visit LincolnAvenueBrewery.com.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it. Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/55 to learn more. With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Chargers sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
We got baseball for you coming up from St. Louis. The Pirates and the Cardinals here in the series finale. The Pirates trying to get their first victory in the month of May against Sonny Gray here on this sunny day. Maybe if I make enough rhymes, that'll get the bats going. I don't know, but it's a tough customer that they got here this afternoon, but sometimes that's what gets the bats going when you got a tough guy in there. Who knows?
Well, what do you say? Hey, we're here to play. Sonny Gray on the mound, the sweeper, sinker, four-seamer, curveball, cutter, and an occasional changeup. Throws it about 8% of the time, so I shouldn't say occasional. He does go to it, more so to lefties. Something that jumped out to me on the heat map, Sonny Gray, looking at his pitches, Joe, you and I were talking about it earlier. A lot of pitches going to that glove side, so look for a lot of stuff breaking away from the right-handed swingers and things coming into the left-handed swingers. Really stays on that first base side of the plate with a lot of his arsenal. The changeup has a heat spot, a little bit shaded to the away side from a left-handed hitter, but that's about it. Everything really tries to go down and away to that glove side for Sonny Gray. So look for our hitters to look out over the plate, the right-handed swingers and the lefties to try and get the barrel out in front, see if they can pull the ball.
And Gray, 35 years old, out of Smyrna, Tennessee.
He's making his 8th start of the year. He's got a 4.12 ERA. He's 3-1 on the season.
Did you say 4.12?
I did. I actually brought that up last night. Remember?
So maybe today's the day.
Yeah. Taylor Made face the Pittsburgh Pirates. That's what we hope for, at least, right? Meant to be.
Yeah. And Greg Harvey's our statistician with Stats Perform today. He says the Pirates are 5-0 on Wednesdays. There you have it.
Nice.
There you have it. So today might be the day.
Winning Wednesdays. You don't like Taco Tuesday yesterday? Winning Wednesday. I like that.
Winning Wednesday. So it starts with O'Neal Cruz. Leads baseball with 4 leadoff home runs. The Pirates in game 1 of this series got off to a 2-0 start. 2 batters in when Reynolds homered. The Cardinals came from behind to win 6-3. And then yesterday the Cardinals again came from behind to win 2-1. So Cruz will stand in, checking in with a .246 batting average and 8 home runs. .72 degrees here in St. Louis under sunny skies, and a stiff breeze blowing from right to left. At game time, here's the first pitch of the ball game, and it's hit foul for a strike. Right on time, 12:15 this afternoon, local time. Cardinals are going to embark on a long road trip, so they have an early getaway day. Gorman playing in at third, and the pitch to Cruz is outside. It's a ball to strike from Sonny Gray. Not an imposing figure, and pitching for a long time with a great deal of success. Debuted in 2013 with Oakland, back when the A's played there. That's outside. 2-1.
Yeah, Sonny Gray is a command and movement type guy. He's not going to overpower you. The fastball is about 91, 92 miles an hour, but he does a good job of changing speeds. His different pitch arsenal, 23%, 22, 18, 17, and 12.
That's up high, 3-1.
So it gives you a lot of different looks out there, a lot of things to expect.
And Cruz patiently has worked the count in his favor. 3-1, and the pitch. Strike right on the inner edge.
That's what I was talking about, that right there. Into the lefties. He's so good at going glove side, first base side of home plate.
So for a righty pitcher, that's a little bit harder to do, I think, right?
Yeah.
Pitching into a lefty. Pages sets up over the plate in the pitch. Right on that inner edge. Strike 3 call, and Cruz is caught looking. Called out on strikes.
Yeah, 92-mile-an-hour fastball. It looked like the four-seamer. I didn't see a whole lot of comeback action to it. Just stayed true on plane, barely catching the inside corner of home plate there to get the called strike on O'Neill. I think O'Neill is kind of right now in that phase. We've seen him take a lot of strike threes on fastballs. I think he's looking for guys to really attack him with the off-speed late in counts.
Here's Brian Reynolds, and there's a strike. Yeah, the Cardinals have definitely exploited that. And Cruz among the most strikeouts looking. Here's Reynolds. 2-run home run back on Monday in the opener of the series. Ground ball towards second base where Donovan is at today, and he throws him out. 2 outs for Sonny Gray. Defensively for the Cardinals, it's Nootbaar, Scott, and Walker. Left to right in the outfield. Nolan Gorman filling in for Nolan Arenado, who was scratched. Wynn and Donovan in the middle. Contreras at first, and Pages, who threw out Cruz back on Monday, will get the start behind the plate. Here's Andrew McCutchen. Hitting at .255, 3 home runs. Takes up and in for a strike. Working around that window pane. Ben May calls the balls and strikes today. Appropriate. Malachi Moore at first. Andy Fletcher at second base, the crew chief. Jansen Visconti is at third, and the ground ball is to second. Donovan throws to first, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. So we're through a half inning. It's the Pirates nothing, and the Cardinals coming to bat against Mitch Keller when we return right here on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
When it comes to your electric supply, you have a choice for your home or business, and Dynegy wants to make it an easy one. You see, with Dynegy, low electricity rates are always in season. Get a year-round competitive fixed rate, plus enjoy long-term rate protection with no hidden fees or interruption in service. Dynegy, powered by Vistra, official energy supplier of the Pittsburgh Pirates and PNC Park. Call 866-415-4674 or visit Dynegy.com to make the switch today.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Now for a limited time, get a Hyundai Tucson for 3.99% APR for 72 months. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end June 2nd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Food insecurity is something nobody should experience. That's why Edgar Snyder and Associates will donate $50 to the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank for every Pirates double play this season. To learn more and see how you can help double down on food insecurity, visit EdgarSnyder.com.
He comes set, wind up, and the pitch. Swing and ka-ching! And Buck goes pitcher. Send another batter down on strikes. All season long, for every Pirates pitcher strikeout, Coppers is donating $25 to an all-star charitable organization with a great lineup of charities like Steel City Selects, Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, Pittsburgh Cultural Trust, March of Dimes, Visibility Pittsburgh. Coppers and Pirates pitchers will be bringing the heat all season long.
Now St. Louis will come to bat here in the home half of the first inning. No score. And Mitch Keller starting for the Pirates this afternoon.
Yeah, Mitch looking to get the Pirates off this little skid here. He threw 7 1/3 scoreless innings against the Cardinals in his first start of the season on April 9th at PNC Park. Looking to repeat something like that. Mitch on the year is making his 8th start. He's got a 4.38 ERA in 39 innings. 12 walks, 29 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .261 against him. Mitch also a 6-pitch arsenal.
And he delivers his strike to Lars Nootbaar. Could hear the fans say Newt as he comes up. .232 hitter, lefty batter, 5 home runs. They have 5 lefties in the lineup today for the Cardinals. There's a strike. And now 0-2 on Nootbaar. Keller back to work on 0-2. A swing and a liner in the center for a base hit. So with 2 strikes, got a fastball and hit it the other way for a solid single.
Mitch went with the first pitch fastball, then he went to the curveball, and then went back to the fastball, and that one just got too much of the strike zone. 0-2 count. He's trying to elevate up above the strike zone or go off the plate in or away. And that one had a lot of the white of the plate there.
Pirates in the field. Pham, Cruz, Reynolds left to right in the outfield. Hayes, Peguero, Frazier, and Valdez. Third around the horn to first, and Joey Bart will do the catching. Nootbaar is on at first. Nobody out. Keller to the right-handed batting Mason Wynn. And he takes a strike. Wynn at 256 with 3 home runs. Keller's been excellent against righty hitters this year. They hit just 177 against him. Hayes backs up at third. On 1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball to third. They'll go around the horn to second for 1. Frazier's relay plenty of time. A double play. 5-4-3. That equals 2.
That was beautifully done. First pitch fastball to get strike 1 ahead of Mason Wynn. Then he goes to the slider instead of the curveball like he threw to Lars Nootbaar. They got Mason Wynn. Mason hit it fairly good, but hit it to the wrong guy. We all know Ke'Bryan Hayes. If you're a Pirates fan, that's where you want the baseball hit to.
So sure-handed. Now Brendan Donovan with the bases empty and 2 outs takes a strike on a fastball on the inner edge. A left-handed hitter at 333 with 3 home runs. Keller working very fast today. The pitch curveball hit in the air to deep center, but Cruz should have a beat on it, and at the last minute started to run a little harder and was able to make the catch as it arrived, and that ends the inning. We're through 1, no score on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
Baseball and bravery, 2 great American traditions. 84 Lumber is proud to team up with the Pittsburgh Pirates for Military Mondays and Armed Forces Night, honoring the brave men and women who serve our country. At 84 Lumber, they don't just support our troops, they hire them. They're committed to providing veterans with career opportunities, helping them build their futures just like they've built our communities. Join us at PNC Park as we salute our heroes.
At AHN Sports Medicine, we know injuries. Tears, tweaks, pops, pulls, little strains, sprains, and of course, breaks. We also know that no 2 injuries are alike, which is why at AHN Sports Medicine, we offer advanced surgical options and specialized sports performance physical therapy. At AHN, we see you. Call 412-DOCTORS to get expert care from AHN, the official medical provider of your Pittsburgh Pirates.
Bright and tangy pineapple flavors meet a tart lemon kiss. A unique sip of sunshine made for hot days, filled with relentless refreshment. Blockhouse Poolside Pineapple Lemon Shandy, brewed by Pittsburgh Brewing Makers of Iron City and IC Light. Let's dive in.
Great hitting, pitching, base running, and fielding are the ingredients of a winning team. For every other ingredient, Pirates fans trust Giant Eagle and Market District. They know their neighborhood grocery store is loaded with fresh, quality food and everyday value. Plus, with convenient curbside pickup and home delivery, high-quality products from our family of brands and epic MyPerks rewards, Giant Eagle and Market District give Pirates fans more ways to score every time they shop. Surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle, the official supermarket of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
The Pirates' next game is Friday. They'll host the Atlanta Braves at PNC Park. It's a 6:40 night game, and the first 20,000 fans will take home a Pirates cap featuring the Homestead Grays and Pittsburgh Crawfords. It's brought to you by PNC. Learn more, get your tickets, pirates.com. To the second, 0-0. Here is Joey Bart to lead it off against Sonny Gray, who fires outside for ball 1. Valdez and then Hayes. 10-pitch, 1-2-3 first for Gray. Bart, a right-handed hitter at 273 with a home run. He is 6th in the league in on-base percentage. Just does not see a lot to hit. Here's the 1-0. Swing fly ball deep down the right field line, tailing toward the seats, and it will reach the seats. That wind is actually blowing the flags in left center from right to left, but that appeared like it was blowing in from right field.
Yeah, looking out there, the scoreboard is kind of how they're coming in. I bet it comes over that scoreboard and then down and probably into the stands. But that ball did push quite a bit. Off the bat, you thought it was likely going to be in fair territory. It ended up a good bit into the stands.
I think at the very least it's blowing in throughout the ballpark for the most part. Here's the pitch. That's down low, 2-1, in or across. So,
yeah, but that can be deceiving sometimes. And we just saw it with the line drive, the last out that Brendan Donovan made. The reaction from O'Neill Cruz is almost like it carried a lot more than he thought it would.
Pitch is outside 3-1, so you think it's the wind is eddying.
A lot of times it'll swirl.
Yeah.
You know, these stadiums that have the third deck and start to wrap around a little bit. If it's coming in from center field, it'll hit the backdrop, the back stands, the press box where we sit, and then kind of swirl down and push out at the field level.
3-1 is lofted high in the air to right field. Walker shy of the warning track. Makes the catch, and Bart is retired for the first out in the second. Here's Manuel Valdez. Let's take 10 for an ID on the Pirates Radio Network.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app.
All weekend at PNC Park celebrating healthcare workers at Healthcare Appreciation Nights at the ballpark. And the special ticket package available to you. It includes tickets to the games either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. You pick. Down low, ball one to Valdez. And a special Healthcare Appreciation Scrub Top themed lunchbox. You can learn more about it at pirates.com/healthcare, and always appreciating our healthcare workers. My wife is one of them. That's a pitch, and that's outside, 2-0. I appreciate all the ones that aren't my wife too.
Well said.
2-0 on Valdez here with one out in the second in the pitch. Gray back with a strike. Not afraid to throw the fastball. That time the cut fastball, almost the same velocity. What's the difference between a cut fastball or a cutter and a regular old fastball? Here's a 2-1. Outside, 3-1 now.
The fastball is going to stay through the zone. So a cutter and a sinker and a fastball essentially are all the same pitch. But think, your center line, your fastball is going to stay more on the center line. Your cutter is going to break more towards the glove side of whatever handedness of the pitcher is, and the sinker is going to break more arm side.
Swing and a foul back, 3-2. So a little of this or a little of that.
Yep, and the cutter and the sinker both have a little bit of drop to it. The sinker maybe a little more, hence the name is going to sink. It's going to fall a little more so. And then the cutter has the same type action as the slider. The slider wants to go top to bottom a little more so than the cutter stay on a horizontal plane.
Valdez is walking around the dirt circle right now with his helmet off, and Rafael Freitas, head athletic trainer, along with Derek Shelton, are showing concern with Valdez. We're seeing a TV replay now. It takes such a mighty cut. I don't know if that had anything to do with it.
Watching the replay here, the top hand came off the bat, and he grimaced in his face. Something didn't feel right there. He's going to take a practice swing here.
So Valdez nods as if to say, yep, I'm able to continue. And so manager and athletic trainer head off the field quickly to allow Gray to resume play. 3-2 on Valdez with one out. Nobody on in the Pirates' second inning. Scoreless game. Back to action on 3-2. Strike three call, and Valdez is called out on strikes. So a second time that Gray has struck out a Pirates batter looking on a fastball.
And that was the two-seam fastball. So just like I was just talking about, it's going to run to the arm side of the right-handed throwing Sonny Gray. And Manuel Valdez kind of threw his hips back like he thought it was going to be breaking inward to him, and it broke back over the inside corner.
Tricky. Down low and away, ball one to Key. Brian Hayes had a pair of hits yesterday and had the Pirates run batted in. Now with 14 of those for the season, hitting at .254. Right-handed batter facing Sonny Gray, the 1-0. Swinging a liner up the middle, base hit. Key Brian Hayes is on with a 2-out single to center.
Key got himself a 92-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball up middle part of the plate, put a good swing on it, and just shot it right back up the middle. I was watching the monitor here. That was right down the middle. He did what you're supposed to do on those four-seamers down the middle. Send it right back where it came from.
And so he's on. It'll be tough to run off Sonny Gray. Here's Adam Frazier, and a swing of the ball fought off, popped up towards shortstop, where Wynn ranges, makes the catch, and the inning ends. One hit and one left, and we're through an inning and a half. No score on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City. And
Hey, Bucks fans, Perry's Ice Cream, the official ice cream of the Pittsburgh Pirates, has a home run flavor that'll have you raising the Jolly Roger. Indulge in Bucko Batter, a treasure full of crushed cookies buried in yellow cake batter ice cream. What's even sweeter? With every Bucko Batter purchase, Perry's Ice Cream donates a portion of the proceeds to Pirates charities. Find Bucko Batter from Perry's Ice Cream at your local retailer or perrysicecream.com. Let's go Bucks!
Pennsylvanians are creating their own soundtrack. Thanks to PA Lottery Scratch-Offs, excitement's back. Pennies, nickels, dimes, or quarters, no matter your choice, scratching's always in order. With big top prizes and second chance drawings, thrills await. They're out there calling. If it's excitement you seek and you're looking for action, play the PA Lottery. And keep on scratching. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Traditions are strong in Pittsburgh. Families gather to break bread and feel loved. Whether out at the grill or tailgating at the game, start with Saloni's Breads and Rolls, baked fresh by local bakers. Saloni's Italian Breads and Rolls, another strong Pittsburgh tradition since 1911.
Pirates fans, listen up. Did you know you can save on tickets all season long with our Giant Eagle Loyalty Card offer? Exclusively for Giant Eagle Loyalty Card holders, we're offering discounted tickets for lower and upper level seats at select home games all season long. Visit pirates.com/loyaltycard for details. That's pirates.com/loyaltycard. We'll see you at PNC Park. Let's go Bucks! And Manuel Valdez able to continue into the field, so that's good news after he was looked at during his at-bat. Bottom of the second, Pirates and Cardinals are scoreless. Here is Wilson Contreras, who was moved up in the batting order after Nolan Arenado, a very late scratch today. Swing and a fly ball out to right field. Reynolds will come in and make the catch. One pitch and one out for Mitch Keller. So 8 pitches, 4 outs for Keller, and between pitches he's working very fast today.
Yes, he is, and he's going after him with a fastball, which I like to see.
Put hitters on their heels, make them defensive. Here's Alec Burleson, a DH, 257, a couple of home runs, lefty batter, and takes down an end ball one. And that 2-run double yesterday against Skeens that accounted for the Cardinals' runs in the 2-1 St. Louis win. Keller ready. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Misses down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Couple of sliders to Burles. Homered on Monday. Now the 2-0 coming. Swing, high fly ball, center field. And the left fielder, Pham, and the shortstop, Peguero. It's the shortstop, Peguero, out in short center field to make the catch.
See, and that's what I mean right there. Mitch Keller going after guys with a fastball that I really like. That's Alec Burleson, who's a good fastball hitter, and he sees slider, 2-0 count. He knows he's getting a fastball, and he gets one in a good chunk of the strike zone, and he just pops it up. And Mitch Keller's fastball to me plays up well, and I like to see when he's using it a lot.
And there's the strike, and as Derek Shelton said in the pregame show, you know, whatever's working, stick with that. Well, Keller's fastball today's been 94 to 96, got good zip to it, and the hitters, like you said, they haven't looked very good against it, so they're going to stick with it. Looks like outside 1-1. Nolan Gorman, he's homered 2 of the last 4 times he's faced Keller. At 175 this year with a home run, a late add to the lineup. 1-1 pitch, a little bit up, 2 balls and a strike. On Gorman. Nolan Gorman for Nolan Arenado at third base today. 2 outs, nobody on. Keller on the pitch. Fastball just missing up and in. 3-1. Jordan Walker would be next. Keller's pitch outside and a walk. So Gorman is on. And here is Walker. Right-handed batter at 194 with a couple of home runs. Gorman has not stolen a base. Here's the pitch. Swing and a pop foul. Now Keller has had a lot of stolen bases against him when he's been on the mound. Last year and this year combined 40, which is the most among National League pitchers.
He's got that big leg kick. He does mix in a side step, and that's something he's conscious of and aware of. But you don't want to sacrifice the quality of the pitch.
0-1, sinker low, and it's a ball and a strike. Bart for the Pirates has thrown out 2 of the 21 attempting to steal. So that's the combo today. Cardinals are without Vince Coleman or Willie McGee or Tommy Herr today, so that's good. Here's the pitch. There's a strike. Just wanted to get Tommy Herr's name mentioned again. If you heard the pregame show today, that was a fun conversation. Greg Brown bringing up that name. Some of the Cardinal base stealers of days gone by. Time asked for and granted by Walker. One and 2 on Jordan Walker, 22 years old. Here's the set and the pitch. High and away fastball just missed. 2-2. Walker, very sizable right-handed batter. In his 3rd major league season now, up and down from the minor leagues. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out, flailed at a down and away slider, and that ends the inning. First strikeout for Mitch Keller. The 2-out walk left stranded. We'll go to the 3rd in St. Louis. Still 0-0 here on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
Don't miss the Pirates' first pitch when you reserve parking in advance with Park Mobile. Fans can now reserve parking before games to guarantee a spot at PNC Park. Look on the Park Mobile smartphone app or at pncpark.parkmobile.io. You can filter parking lots by specific needs, like covered parking, handicap, and oversized vehicles. So the next time you cheer on the Pirates at home, reserve a parking spot in advance for a winning game day experience. Park Mobile, a smarter way to park.
At AHN Sports Medicine, we know runners. Trail runners, road runners, marathon runners, 1-mile runners, and the somewhere in between runners. We also know that no 2 runners are alike, which is why at AHN Sports Medicine, we use the latest research, equipment, and technologies to build your personalized plan. At AHN, we see you. Call 412 Doctors to get expert care from AHN, the official medical provider of your Pittsburgh Pirates.
Calling all Pirates fans. Have you checked out the Pirates Great Taste Ticket presented by Miller Lite? This exclusive ticket includes early access to PNC Park and loaded value. That means your first drink of the night is on us. Get your tickets at pirates.com/great taste.
Motherhood to me is everything.
They have no days off. They're so resilient, so strong, and so underrated.
They are 24/7 on call.
I wouldn't be where I am today without her support and guidance.
She just pulled her boots on every day and went to work.
She taught me the importance of being self-reliant and kind, but not a doormat.
Mom is the pillar of our ranch.
She's the backbone of our family.
I'm very fortunate that I grew up with a great mom, and I'm even more fortunate that I've got a great mom for my children.
Boot Barn, keep west.
Tommy Pham leads it off for the Pirates. We go to the top of the 3rd. 0-0. Pham gets a nice round of applause. Of course, came up through the Cardinal system many years with St. Louis. A brief stint again last year. Leover, Peguero, and then O'Neill Cruz facing Sonny Gray. The right-hander delivers up high for ball 1 to Pham. These two were teammates last year. Pham at 178 as a Pirate, looking for his first home run in the black and gold. Crouch stands from the right side, hands over the outer edge of the batter's box, and the pitch is grounded on an in-between hop. Third baseman Gorman charges to get the short hop and then throws out Pham. 1 out. Coming up on Saturday, the Atlanta Braves come to town. It's a 4:05 game, and it'll be WWE night at PNC Park. There's a special ticket package that includes a Pirate Parrot WWE bobblehead, and you can learn more about it and purchase this special ticket package at pirates.com/WWE. Arenado, we're told, scratched with back spasms today. It was a very late scratch right before game time. Peguero pops it up toward the pitcher, and Contreras, the first baseman, saves Sonny Gray from having to make the play. 2 outs.
I like how Sonny played that, though. He just got underneath it, waved his arms a little bit, and then was waiting on somebody to call him off. It not popped up very high, so there was a real chance that he was going to have to be the one to make that play.
Now Cruz with 2 outs and the base is empty. Cruz struck out looking on a fastball in the first. Gray delivers, and a curveball strike right over the outer edge. That used to be his main feature when he first started.
The curveball?
Yeah, back in the A's days. Now the sliders certainly become the better of the breaking pitches. There's a strike.
Ooh, changeup off the curveball. He just locates so well. Those 2 pitches in particular, right on the outside black of the plate.
Pitch, swinging a tap foul. 2 strikes swinging on the sweeper. Gray debuted against the Pirates. This was back in July of 2013. He was a reliever that day. Pitched at Vanderbilt and was part of that team's first ever College World Series berth back in 2010. That was just when that program was starting to get to national recognition with David Price, Sonny Gray, and the like. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Pedro Alvarez. Cruz strikes out swinging. And Gray sends down the Pirates in order in the third. We'll go to the bottom half. Still 0-0 here on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
Hey Pirates fans, now is the perfect time to get happy. It's time to call CertaPro Painters. With over 70,000 5-star painting reviews, our commitment to excellence shines through every project. Join the ranks of satisfied customers who trust North America's most preferred painting company. Find out what makes CertaPro Painters different. The choice is simple: CertaPro Painters. Visit CertaPro.com. That's CertaPro.com. Each local CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. CertaPro Painters are a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Pirates fans, hi, this is Larry Richard, host of the Big K Morning Show, weekdays 5:30 until 10, and tomorrow at 9:30, the Democratic primary debate between Pittsburgh Mayor Ed Gainey and the challenger Allegheny County Controller Corey O'Connor. Lenny McAllister will be joining me, and we hope you will too. Then don't forget, Joe Block joins us at 9:30 on Fridays on 100.1 FM and AM 1020, that's KDKA.
Don't forget your favorite Lay's, the perfect sidekick to your game day, no matter if you're cheering for our Pittsburgh Pirates from the stands or hosting the ultimate game day throwdown with your crew. There's a Lay's flavor to go with it. Lay's, proud partner of your Pittsburgh Pirates.
Craving the world's best pizza? Caliente Pizza and Draft House have all the bases covered. As a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Pirates, Caliente Pizza and Draft House offers a Grand Slam pizza experience. Order online at worldsbestpizza.com or visit one of our 7 locations and taste the difference. Caliente Pizza and Draft House, where every slice is a home run.
Kids 14 and younger will take home a Jared Triolo Gold Glove figurine thanks to AHN, and that is on Sunday against Atlanta. 1:35 game, and it's the first family fun day of the season. Mitch Keller to work to Pedro Pajes, the Cardinals catcher. Up and in, ball 1. So Sunday, the first family fun day. That's pregame festivities out on Federal Street. Fun for the whole family. Lots of cool stuff going on. Come on out, 1:35 on Sunday. Atlanta's in town. It's pirates.com for tickets. 1-0 to Pajes. There's a strike. 239 batter, couple of home runs. Right-handed hitter. Then Victor Scott, the second speedy left-handed batter. And Lars Nootbaar due up third against Mitch Keller. 21 pitches through 2 innings. Fewest through 2 innings this season. Here's a 1-1 and a strike. Down and away fastball at 95, 1-2. Good life on his pitches today. Good velocity. Here's the 1-2 coming. Just off the outer edge with a fastball. 2-2.
Go to the slider right here.
Here's the pitch. And that's exactly what happened. And he strikes out swinging.
Yeah, that was good sequencing right there. First pitch of the at-bat was that sinker in on the hands of Pages. And then he went fastballs away. So running that slider or sweeper off that outer edge of the plate, just too much for Pages to be able to hold up.
And for every Pirates pitcher strikeout in May, Coppers donates $25 to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. So Keller with back-to-back strikeouts. Walker last inning, now Pages to lead off the third. Here's Victor Scott, the second. Takes outside for ball one. He's at 286, a couple of home runs. Each team with one hit. It's kind of how we stood through the first 5 innings yesterday. We're in the third here. The pitch is high and away. 2-0 on Scott. Hayes will play in on the grass at third. Keller motions home. Swing and a miss. Tied him up with that slider burrowing underneath his hands. 2-1. Back to work and the pitch. Down and in 3-1. Tried it again. That time didn't tempt Scott. Gets on base. 352. Tells you he takes his walks. There's a 3-1 pitch. Swinging a foul. Brought that slider back so that it would end up over the plate. Now a full count.
Well, now we might see Mitch go with that front hip two-seam fastball. So the sinker on the inner edge. Try to start it off the plate. Have it run back over after getting Scott looking out away a couple of pitches.
3-2, and he yanked one down and in, ball 4. And now Scott, who is their best base stealer, is on with one away. They want to turn a walk into a double, so they're going to pay him some mind here.
And you were talking about last inning. Oh, Mitch is susceptible to the stolen base. Let's see if he goes with that slide step the first couple of pitches here to Lars Nootbaar. Try and give Joey Bart a better opportunity to make a good throw.
Good jump, and then he shut it down, and there's a strike. Took off almost too soon there, and maybe got nervous that Keller was going to pick.
I think he was stealing, and then when he saw the slide step, he shut it down. And it was I was here early yesterday watching the Cardinals base runners. They were working on that in their pregame workout stuff.
So Keller stopping Scott right there. Now he's not going. Pitches high and away. Almost looked like a pitch out unintentionally. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, they had a coach up on the mound, and he would pick, and then he would go leg kick, and then he would go slide step, and they were trying to steal on every read. But when they would see the slide step, they would shut it down and get into a secondary lead.
Seemed like that practice really paying off within the game right there. Toss over to first, and Scott is back. So Keller definitely making some motions to keep Scott close. Keep the double play intact. He's already gotten 1 ground ball double play today. Here's the pitch. There goes Scott. Pitch is line past second. And a base hit. Frazier tried to deke him, but Scott didn't see it. And he's around third. Here's the relay from Peguero. Tagged by Bart. Safe. And Nootbaar will move into second base. Bart made a valiant effort to tag Scott on the heel as he dove into home plate, but the Cardinals lead 1-0.
That was a nice sin, late sin by Cardinals third base coach Pop Warner at third base there. It was a real late signal to Victor Scott II to come running around third base, but credit Scott right there for running hard all the way through the bag, anticipating. And what that late sin did is Brian Reynolds, when he got to that baseball, he came up and threw to second base. The defensive alignment was with the throw coming into second base instead of setting up to come towards home plate. And if they had had that alignment coming to home plate, as close as that play was at home plate, Scott's out. But that was an all-around well-played event right there by the Cardinals offense.
There's a strike. Yeah, all that pregame work, pointed coaching helping the Cardinals score that run right there.
If Cardinals third base coach Pop Warner, if he's waving and waving and waving from the onset as Scott's rounding second base, the Pirates defense is going to see that. They're going to set their relay alignment up towards home plate.
A strike on Mason Wynn with a man at second, and the pitch is a strike. So Nootbaar, an RBI single, takes second on the throw home. 1-0 Cardinals. 2 strikes on Wynn, who ground into a double play in the first inning. So not only do the Cardinals get the run, but then they stay out of a double play situation by Nootbaar advancing on the throw home, the relay home. Outside 1-2. Now that was definitely a winning sequence. That kind of baseball. Now the Cardinals coming into today, they won 4 in a row. That's the longest winning streak going in the National League right now. One and 2 on Mason Wynn. And the pitch fouled back. Right in on his hands with a slider that time. Still 1-2. 1-0 St. Louis in the third. Pirates scored first in each of the first 2 games of this series. Cardinals came back to win. Now 1-2 on Mason Wynn. Frazier on that play too, tried to deke Scott as if the throw was coming into second, but he just kept on going. Didn't buy it. Yeah, if he hesitates, Scott, he doesn't score. If he buys any of that, what Frazier tried to do, the pitch outside, 2 balls with 2 strikes.
Yeah, I saw that too, and I should have brought that up. That was nicely done by Adam Frazier. What he did was he went down like it had been a ground ball and gave a fake feed to Peguero, who was coming across towards second base to cover the bag anyway. But Scott, I did notice on his steal attempt, he peeked in.
Pop up back of first, and it'll dump into right field. Nootbaar reads it well, and he's going to score from second. And that ends up being a double for Mason Wynn, and now it's 2-0 Cardinals.
Mason Wynn just going out and getting that off-speed pitch away from Mitch Keller. He just throws the bat out and was able to really hit it in the right spot, just a perfect spot. Got enough of it to get it into the outfield over Valdez's head. Valdez with his back to the field. He didn't know where Nootbaar was, and like you said, Joe, just a great read from Lars Nootbaar running on that, knowing that it was in no man's land.
With 1 out, you don't usually see that kind. Here's a curveball swung on, popped up towards second base, and Frazier ranging into the outfield grass will now make the second out. So Donovan is put out, and here is Wilson Contreras with a man at second and 2 away. Cardinals lead 2-0 here in the third. Contreras working on a 19-game on-base streak in which he's hitting .358. And Keller got him to fly out to right field last inning. We're in the third, 2-0 Cardinals. And the pitch. Fastball outside for ball 1. Wynn, pretty fast runner at second, so a base hit here would likely add to the Cardinals' lead. Long wait, and now the 1-0. Swinging a slice foul. Down and away fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike on Contreras. We've seen in this series that he typically has been pulling the ball, but he has that right side wide open. Valdez able to play off the line for the righty batter. Here's a 1-1. Right there for a strike from Keller. Down and in with a fastball, 1-2.
Yeah, it's an interesting defensive alignment. The infield's playing him to pull hard, but the outfield's actually shading him a little bit to the opposite field side. O'Neill Cruz a couple of steps to the second base or first base side of second.
Here's a 1-2 upstairs. Fastball misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And Brian Reynolds in right field is closer to the right field line by a pretty good margin than Tommy Pham is to the left field line in left field.
2-0 Cardinals, 2 across here in the bottom of the third. Mitch Keller ready, and now time called. Contreras wanted it. The hitter. 2-2 on him with 2 outs. Win at second. Keller takes a deep breath. Now he's ready. 2-2 pitch. Down and away. 3-2. Slider missed. If Contreras gets on, Alec Burleson on deck. Here's a 3-2. Way outside ball 4. Not close on that slider. So the second walk of the inning, third of the day for Keller. We'll pause 10 for an ID right here on the Pirates Radio Network.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Oscar Marine will now come out and chat with Mitch Keller. Coming up on Saturday, the Atlanta Braves will be in town at PNC Park as the Pirates return home for a 3-game weekend series. 4:05 game on Saturday. It'll be WWE night, and a special ticket package includes a Pirate Parrot WWE bobblehead. You can learn more and purchase the special ticket package at pirates.com/WWE. So Burleson will come up. He popped out to short his only time, batting with 2 on, 2 out, and 2 in for the Cardinals, who lead 2-0 here in the third. We had the 2-run double that accounted for both Cardinals runs yesterday. Homered on Monday. Keller comes home, swing and a foul right back. One strike on Burleson. He was geared up for a fastball.
Hey, got the slider.
Now the set 0-1, swing and a foul at the plate.
There's another slider. That one down a little better. But after the visit by Oscar Marine, it looked like Alec was geared up for the fastball, just like you said. And then when Mitch threw the slider, it was a mistake slider. It was middle, but the timing, he got away with it.
No balls and 2 strikes on Burleson. And the pitch. And a swing and a foul tip struck him out. Just lunging at a changeup down and away. And it strikes him out to end the inning. But the Cardinals get 2. They strand 2. And we're through 3. 2-0 St. Louis on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
Hard hit ball to short, scooped up and tossed to second. Quick turnaround. It's going to be close. Throws it to first, and he's out. Double play.
A Pirates double play is a well-oiled machine, just like Valvoline Instant Oil Change. We'll change your oil in about 15 minutes while you stay in your car. The only thing that'll be out here is your old oil. Drive into your neighborhood Pittsburgh location today. No appointment needed. Valvoline Instant Oil Change is a proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
When it comes to having a solid lineup, Sheets and the Pirates are like 2 peas in a pod, or more like 2 pitchers in a bullpen. You've got your leadoff hitter, the breakfast burrito. You've got your cleanup slugger, hello, homestyle chicken sandwich. And then there's your closer, definitely a milkshake. Because whether you're at a ball game or making a Sheets run, the right order can turn any day into a win. Sheets, the official convenience store of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Bright and tangy pineapple flavors meet a tart lemon kiss. A unique sip of sunshine made for hot days, filled with relentless refreshment. Blockhouse Poolside Pineapple Lemon Shandy, brewed by Pittsburgh brewing makers of Iron City and IC Light. Let's dive in.
As the official bank of the Pirates, PNC Bank knows that baseball is thrilling, but even the less thrilling moments deserve our applause. Like that fan in the left field bleachers who refuses to do the wave. She came to see professional athletes, which makes this ballpark a place of business. So while everyone else is spilling drinks on their neighbors mid-action, she keeps her eye on the ball. A sound strategy for baseball and banking. PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank National Association, member FDIC.
It's going to be Brian Reynolds to lead it off for the Pirates. Top of the 4th in St. Louis. Cardinals have a 2-0 lead. Reynolds, then McCutchen and Bart. facing Sonny Gray. A couple of Vanderbilt Commodores against one another. Reynolds takes outside for ball 1. Good career numbers for Reynolds. Homered off Gray earlier this year. 3 career home runs. 7 for 22 against Gray. Lifetime. 1-0. And there's a strike. Reynolds a great beneficiary of the earlier prowess of the Commodores. Reynolds more than likely would have been a Tennessee Volunteer if it weren't for Sonny Gray and the success that they had prior, right? Growing up in Tennessee. Down and in 2-1. The Vols were it. I mean, you grow up in Tennessee and you're a good collegiate baseball player, you would don that construction cone orange. Or whatever they call it. You know, but instead, now he had a choice, and so he stayed home near Nashville to play. Pitch, swinging a foul back, 2-2.
Yeah, Coach Corbin and Vanderbilt's done an incredible job building that program up the last 15, 20 years.
I mean, they were a doormat, weren't they?
I believe so.
In the SEC for so many years before that.
Tennessee hasn't stood pat. They've done a nice job the last few years of building their program back up.
Strike 3 call in Reynolds down on strikes. Yeah, Tennessee, I mean, all I was saying is that Vanderbilt was presented themselves as an alternative. Tennessee's long since been one of the better programs around. Yeah, Reynolds, part of that College World Series winner at Vanderbilt, and then the runners up there. Of course, Jason DeLay, longtime Pirate, now with the Braves organization. Part of those Vanderbilt teams. There's a strike to Andrew McCutcheon. Grounded out to second his only time. Pitch. Gray delivers a strike. That was a curveball right at the knees, right on the outer edge. Can't hit that. Nothing in 2. And here's the pitch. Swing and a foul, jamming him with a fastball that time.